You gotta step back, private carrier. Move back towards the sign. There you go. You only step up if you're going to talk. You get what I mean? Alright, there we go. Alright, gentlemen, go ahead and load into the official server. Same server you loaded into during your crew training. Oh yeah, same thing you did during recruit training. Only difference that now you're taking your taking those set, going a step higher in the training pipeline. All right, once you load into the official server, same password. If you do not know the password is, please do not say your guess, because if it is the correct one and you just said it out loud, people can hear it and they will know it. So, quick notice for you guys to know is that whenever you got to know what the password is, you're gonna tell someone the password, or if you want to give out your guess of the password, you need to type it on this channel. Now, I do understand that you guys cannot type in the channel because you are P1 not PV2. So that means if you do not know what the password is, just tell me, Sergeant Smith, I do not know what the password is, and I'll put it in the channel. Am I understood? Alright. Okay, what's the status you guys loading it? Alright, there you go. Alright, I see both y'all loading. Sorry. Probably wasn't paying attention. No. That was just something that they forgot to remove on Wednesday. So just ignore that. I forgot to you guys that. Just ignore any of the odd areas. Should be all good. Alright, private chauffeur. There you go. Alright. So we're on at exactly 1301. Very impressive. I've had classes with 2 people and they took them forever to load in. Alright, guess we can start now. Alright, first, with all introductions, I am Sergeant Smith. I am the OSUT senior instructor for Class Bravo. Your normal instructor is First Sergeant J. Brewer. He is your senior OSUT instructor. And your his assistant instructor is Sergeant Meyer. Now, I probably wonder why the reason not here with you, because certain reasons, they're on the other way. That's all I'll tell you. So I'm covering in for them for today. Alright, so first and foremost, welcome to OSUT. I'm specifically OSUT Day 1. OSUT is a 4-day long course comprising of basic combat training and advanced individual training. So, let you guys know that every soldier, first and foremost, starts as a rifleman. And then we give you those skills in OSUT to be a rifleman. So that means that if any of you do decide to actually go into a billet or desired MOS, such as either 1153 Alpha, which is a rotary wing pilot, or 68 Whiskey, or 11 Charlie, you can still fill in as an infantryman if need be throughout the times once you get into billet. Or also, you can transfer into an infantry billet without having to actually go through extensive training such as OSUT. So there's no excuses to not knowing how to do CQB, how to maneuver, and all those sorts of kind of stuff after you graduate from OSUT. Alright, so there are 5 types of individual infantry skills that we want to go over and accomplish here within OSUT, and that is shoot, move, communicate, survive, and sustain. And within OSUT, we want to give you guys a basic introduction of tactics that we use here in the 506. And we're going to give you guys a basic template that you can adapt as needed. And it allows you guys to basically fill in any information that I give you that I think is maybe more significant. And then also, you guys can add any additional information that you think may help you out, may help you understand better. So if there's a way that I said something to you guys and you understand what I meant, you can put it in your own terms. So if you do review your notes, that could help you out. Now, with that said, I do advise you guys to take notes because like the OSUT Day 1, 2, and 3 is all instructional. However, in Day 4 is your FTX, and then after that is your oral quiz, which means you're going to be quizzed on what you've been taught throughout the 4-day long course. So I advise taking notes, and then you can pass the OSUT oral quiz because it is a win-win situation, 50-50 chance. If you do get the first question incorrect, that's the only question you get, and you will be recycled. Either recycled back to the beginning of Day 1 or recycled as to do recruit training again. So I'm going to give you guys a couple minutes to go get yourself some notes, a pen and a paper, and get yourself some water. So go ahead and do that. I'll give you 1 minute. Once you're back, go ahead and tell me you're back. Alright. Alright, some things I want to point out. This is the whole agenda for OSUT for 1, 2, and 3, and 4. Day 1, we'll be going over individual soldier skills, which is today. Day 2, we'll be going over movement and maneuver. Day 3, basic navigation and working with vehicles. And Day 4, practical exercise and graduation. Now, for you guys throughout OSUT, you are allowed to ask questions and respond to answers. You're required to respond to answers. and you are allowed to ask questions. Whenever you're asking a question, you could type a Q in chat as up and a C in chat for comment. Now, if I ever address your question, I'll say private chauffeur question. Your response would be thank you, Sergeant. That is a common courtesy that I'm going to require you guys to do, because after you graduate from OSUT, you're going to realize every time a lieutenant or an NCO adjusts your question that says private chauffeur, you have a question, you don't say thank you, Sergeant, they will stop you immediately and tell you thank you, Sergeant, or they'll say that's thank you, Sergeant. So they're going to make sure that you guys actually address the NCO or the officer that has just addressed your question. So I'm going to drill into your head for today that you're going to address every question as thank you, Sergeant, or anything like that. Am I understood? Alright, so let's see here. That's the same thing with also, if you do guys do have a question and there's a break within me speaking or giving you a lecture, you could just say, Sergeant, I have a question. Or Sergeant Spears has a question, stuff like that. That we don't know about typing Q or C if I'm in a break. Like breaking either, like right now, that just broke right there, you can say question or comment, instead of typing a Q or C in chat. Alright, first things first, addressing your NCOs and officers. NCOs, you just address them by the rank and higher, such as corporal or higher, you just address them by the rank, and then their name. So, corporal so-and-so, sergeant so-and-so, and then up the whole ladder. Now, for the ranks of staff sergeant, sergeant first class, and sergeant, you just address them by the rank of sergeant. For first sergeant, master sergeant, sergeant major, so on and so forth, you can address them by the full rank. So the only rank we go higher here within the unit is a first sergeant, so you just address them as in first sergeant brewer. Nothing less, nothing more. Now to tie into that, he does have an informal calling, which is top. However, you guys don't deserve that right to actually call him top just yet, until you actually know you deserve that right. He only wants you guys to address him by top once you actually graduated from OSUT. So do not call him top at any time throughout your whole time in OSUT, or else you get yourself nailed on. Alright, now you move on towards officers. Officers, you just address them by sir or by their rank, such as lieutenant, captain, and so on and so forth. Now, lieutenants do have an informal calling, which is LT. Same thing, you gotta deserve the rank. Deserve the respect to actually call him as LT instead of his full rank, or by sir. Then lastly, warrant officer, you address by Mr. or Mrs. When they hit the rank of chief warrant officer, you address them by chief warrant officer. Chief is also an informal calling as well. Now, here's something based off demeanor. I'm calling IDs and calling the room at attention. So I'm gonna give you guys a specific way how to say this. So, such as, say if I'm in this channel right now. If another sergeant joins the channel, you don't have to call the room at ease. However, if a staff sergeant or higher joins the channel, you're going to call the room at ease, the class at ease, or whatever it can be. And this is all done in a official setting, such as right now we're in an official setting. Now, usually if a higher NCO joins the channel, usually the higher NCO the NCO that was the highest in the channel, they will be the one that will call the room at ease ourselves. So, if first sergeant joins the channel right now, I will call them at ease. Now, if I do forget to call it, if I did not see him join the channel, then that's where people below him will try to call them at ease. Everyone understands? Okay. Alright, now towards, also did want to point out as well, now, if there is a sergeant first class in the channel, and staff sergeant joins the channel, you don't call the room at ease, of course. However, if there's a first sergeant that just joined the channel, and then there was a staff sergeant in the channel, then you call the room at ease. Now, move on towards calling the room at attention, or calling things to attention. That's if an officer joins the channel. And you only call it, like I said, if the person is higher than the current officer in the channel. If you get what I mean, I'll put an example down. If a lieutenant joins the channel, then a captain joins, then you call the room at ease. If there's a captain in the channel, lieutenant joins the channel, then you don't call the room, attention. Then you don't call the room to attention. Everyone gets the point of at ease and attention? Yes, Sergeant. No, Sergeant. Yep, go ahead. Mm-hmm. Yes, higher ranking NCO. Continue. Yes, like I said, so such as, like I said, so pretend if I am a sergeant first class, if a staff sergeant joins channel, you don't call it at ease. If I was a captain, if a lieutenant joins channel, you don't call the room to attention. Because usually if someone higher that ranking joins channel, they usually have something important to say. Most of the time. But you soon have enough time to figure out what I meant. Stuff I will tell you will sound confusing, and I will try to put in layman terms as best as possible if I can. If not, most of the time you'll be able to actually realize that. Alright, stand by real quick. Alright, you should be able to hear him now. Alright, something I do want to point out real quick is that as NCOs, as NCO instructors, such as Sergeant Marchariata and I, and First Sergeant Sergeant Myers, we do take our job seriously, and the bar is kept high in OSUT, so you will be instructed on specific procedures for performing tasks, and we expected everyone to follow the procedures as discussed and demonstrated by the numbers. And what I mean by the numbers, that basically means is that we expect you to do everything the same way we just taught you how to do it. The exact way. Don't add any additional stuff. Don't try to change it. You just do it the same way it's shown to you. Now, OSUT instructors, we use a type of approach towards training. That is explain, demonstrate, then practice. So in other words, I'm going to say it to you and explain to you how to do it. Then I'm going to demonstrate to you how to do it. And then it's up to you to practice on it and show me that you understand what I've just told you. Every topic will be covered in that format if time is permitting, which time will definitely be permitted for day one. Alright, we'll go ahead and move on towards the classroom, so go ahead and follow me, gentlemen. You're welcome to. TY. Alright, if you gentlemen can hear me, go ahead and stow your soft covers and your eye pro into your uniform before you enter the room. Alright, gonna go ahead and look at this box. Grab yourself a ANPRC 152 radio. Once you've done that, go ahead and grab a seat in the front row and grab the center seats. So to the front row, but grab the center seats, the ones right next to the aisle. Alright, just look at the ACE interaction on the seats and sit down. Not your self interaction. You gotta look at the seat, use your Windows key if that's your default key if you haven't changed it. Nope. Sit back down. Show you, I'm just trying to get yourself non-levitating. There you go. Alright. We're good there now. Alright, so one thing people will always tell you, and what I will tell you, is that the #1 key in combat and in movement and in maneuver and anything else once we get into a mission is communication. The reason why communication is the main key is because a unit cannot move unless they hear something. They can't do anything unless they hear something. And your life is all dependent on if they hear something. Now, I'm going to go over your radio, basically, and the squad nets, and within their corresponding frequencies. So mobility is one of the keys to success on the modern battlefield. All communication must be geared to support a combat force that must repeatedly, or should I actually not say that, but must continually move to survive and fight the enemy. Now, the single-channel radio is a primary means of communication for command, fire, control, exchange of information, administration, and liaison between and within units. The versatility of radio communications makes it readily adaptable to rapidly changing tactical situations. Now, radio is essential for communication over large bodies of water, territory controlled by enemy forces, and terrain where the construction of wire lines is impossible for practical or impractical. It is also required for an air assault operations. Now, each radio has several available programmable channels, and each channel contains a frequency allowing soldiers to communicate within one another over their assigned network. Now, frequencies are mainly programmed into each channel, so they're not automatically given to you guys if you're already assigned your network and frequency. Private Carrier, can you close the door for me? Thank you. Alright, now each frequency represents a network which corresponds to your billet. Now, you will hear the terms of team net, squad net, platoon net, and so on and so forth. This means that each of these elements or teams have their own frequency assigned to their own network. Now, what I mean by network, that's basically the name. So, such as right now, you guys are going to be under Alpha Team and under First Squad. So that is basically your network. Now, a frequency is assigned to that network. So you got a pen and paper with you. Go ahead and write this down. The network we're going to be going over is First Squad and Alpha Team. Now, the First Squad, their assigned frequency to that network is 100. Now, Alpha Team, which is under the First Squad, their assigned frequency is 100.1. Then lastly, Bravo Team, which is a network, their assigned frequency is 100.2. Now, the reason why I went over Bravo Teams, you guys might be, both of you might be team leaders in Day 4. You never know. That's the reason why I gave out Bravo Team's frequency. So these are your assigned networks and their corresponding frequencies here in OSUT. They will differ outside of OSUT. If you do feel like you want to fill in for other squad trainings or platoon trainings, which you're allowed to do, and I'll go over that at the end of the day. But these are your assigned networks here in OSUT. Do not forget that. But it should be in your notes, so you shouldn't forget that at that point. Now, like I said, this means that each of those elements or teams have their own frequency assigned to their own network. So, for example, let's put this into terms of the first platoon within the unit. Now, the first squad and first platoon is Havoc 1-1, which is the first squad and first platoon, and Alpha Company have assigned frequencies for their squad and team nets, or networks. They are 111, that's a squad net. Now, Alpha Team's net is 111.1, and Bravo Team's net is 111.2. Now, if I were to pick the second platoon, and let's use the third squad, for instance. Their squad net would be 123. Their Alpha Team net would be 123.1. And then their Bravo Team net would be 123.2. Everyone gets how it kind of almost looks like? Nope. Okay. So you got these three numbers, correct? So let's say, for instance, let's go back towards the first squad and the first platoon, 111. Now, the first number and the 1 is basically the company number within the net. So that which is 1, there's only one Alpha Company. We only have Alpha Company and they're number 1, so that'll be 1. Now, that second number or the middle number within that 3 set of numbers will be the platoon number. So since in the first platoon, of course, that middle number will be 1. Now, the third number, the last number within that 3-number set, would be the squad number. Now, since it's the first squad, it'll be 1. So, a little quick pop quiz. What would be the radio frequency for Havoc 3-1? Now, I don't expect you guys to know this. If you don't know it, just say, I don't know, Sergeant. But I don't expect you guys to know this, but I just want to see if you guys get what I was trying to help you guys out on.
You said for 3-1?
Yeah, 3-1. What will their net be for the squad?
131.
Awesome. Yep, 131. First company, third platoon, first squad. Alright. That's with Sergeant Smith's blabbering. Let's go ahead and continue. The battalion signal operating instructions, or also known as SOI. A detailed assigned networks and frequencies, which can be generally found if you look in TeamSpeak if you guys want to. You can click on each squad's channel, and usually will have their assigned networks, or the SOI on there, detailing the squad, their assigned networks and frequencies. And you can also look on the forums, look at other squads' forums as well to find that. There's always for you guys to find each of those certain things. Alright, let's go over, excuse me, call signs and calling station. Now, call signs have been established in the SOI and follow a logical order. The call sign for Alpha Company is Havoc. Therefore, all call signs within Alpha Company follow accordingly. So let's put this in this terms. So we have several call signs that we use here in the unit. The formal call sign that we'll always use will be Havoc. Now there are informal call signs that we use within a squad level, and there's 3 of them. The first one is Actual. Actual's call sign for the squad leader. Usually you refer to him, as Actual, and then he refers to himself as Actual within the squad net. Now, you have Alpha and Bravo team. The team leaders of Alpha, or the team leader of Alpha, his informal call sign would be Alpha within his team net and within his squad net. So whenever he talks to Actual, he'll refer to himself as Alpha. Then lastly, same thing with Bravo team leader. His informal call sign would be Bravo. Everyone understands?
Affirm, Sergeant.
So Chauffeur, if you're Alpha, what will your call sign be?
Alpha, Sergeant.
And then Spirits, if you were in Bravo, what would your informal call sign be?
Bravo.
And if I was Actual, what is my informal call sign? Oh shoot, I already said a name. So don't worry about that. Alright, let's continue. Now we have a thing called calling station. Calling station is basically, how should I put this? Your squad along with your position or your billet. It's basically your billet. That's how I'm gonna put in there. Your calling station is your billet. So let's say here, I was the squad leader of 2-2. Of Havoc 2-2. My calling station would be Havoc 2-2. The call sign is combined with the calling station. However, my actual calling station is Havoc 2-2 Bravo. It's a little confusing. I'm pretty sure you guys are confused there. But calling station is a whole full thing of your actual billet. Call sign is just Havoc or Actual or Fire Team, or I'm sorry, Alpha or Bravo. But your calling station is your whole full thing. That's the formal way. So if I were to refer to myself, if I would call myself, I would be Havoc 2-2 Bravo. The first sergeant, his calling station is Havoc 7. And so on and so forth. Let's see here. Sergeant Sherry, his calling station is Havoc 1-1. So everyone gets what I mean by calling station? It's your full... Calling station basically your full thing that people will call you by. Sorry, if I was about to say calling station, but then you guys still confused. You guys get what I mean? Or the sort of path I'm trying to go here for you?
I believe so, Sergeant.
Okay. Yeah, it's a little confusing, I understand. But if you're in a billet, then it'd be easier for me to try to detail to you what I meant if you're actually into a billet. Just say this like this. Say if... No, I don't want to waste any more time. No. Alright. Now, within OSUT, we are going to use these informal call signs as an actual Alpha and Bravo. Alpha and Bravo, that informal call sign would be continued throughout the rest of your time in the unit when you get billeted. Sometimes Actual, that informal call sign, will be used in some squads. Some squads, squad leaders, they will actually like you not to call them Actual. They usually want you to call them by their calling station, which either be 2-2, 1-2, 3-2, 4-1, whatever, so on and so forth. Alright. Let's go and move on towards our radios. That'd be better. No, actually, I want to move on towards your procedure words. Then we'll go on to our radio. So here's the part where you're going to actually write all this stuff down. Alright, first things first, we do use the phonetic alphabet that the NATO use. We don't use the actual US one, we use the NATO phonetic alphabet, and we do not use the civilian alphabet, which is atoms and so on and so forth. We only use the NATO alphabet. So you can go ahead and do your little homework, figure out what the phonetic alphabet is. The phonetic numbers we also use would be 3, 5, and 9. 3, 5, and 9 would be referred to something different. 3 is referred to as 3. 5 is referred to as 5. And 9 is referred to as 9er. Now, the whole number line or counting number line, we want to refer to it as. We only use 3, 5, and 9er if someone that you communicated to does not understand what you just said. And then also, if it is in a dire situation where you got to make sure the person understands the grid coordinates or whichever information you sent to him, then you would use the phonetic numbers. Everyone gets what I'm trying to say?
Affirm, Sergeant. Affirm, Sergeant.
Alright, let's see here. Let's go move on towards our procedure words. Alright, establishing binary control of a net will be based off of this kind of way. You, this is me. So we use you, this is me as in establishing binary control of a network. Once a response from the receiving party is sent, such as you, this is me, the net now belongs to the two parties that are speaking. The one who established the connection and the one who responded. So such as Private Carey and I. If I would have said Private Carey, this is Sergeant Smith. If Private Carey responds saying, Sergeant Smith, this is Private Carey, send it over. Now we both control the net. Everyone understands what I'm trying to say there?
Affirm, Sergeant.
Oh, shoot. Oops, sorry, disregard that. Alright, let's move on to the next one. Now, let me give you guys an example of this. Example of you, this is me, and I already gave you about saying Sergeant Carey, Sergeant Smith, this is Private Carey, and stuff like that. But example of this within a squad team net would be actual, this is Alpha. Team leader trying to communicate to actual. I should say squad leader. Alright, sorry for that. Next pro word is over. This means that you're done transmitting your message and you require a response. The net is still under you and other parties' control. However, the other person, which means that no one should transmit over that net, but you let them know that you're done with your transmission and you're ready for response from that other party. So example here, when I said Private Carey to Sergeant Smith over, that means that I'm done with my transmission, I'm waiting for response from him. Then he'll say, Sergeant Smith is Private Carey, send it over. Now he's waiting for my response, and we still have control over net. And then I'll say Private Carey to Sergeant Smith, yada 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 over. Now this will continue until the next pro word is said, which is out. Out basically means that you are done with transmission, or you're done transmitting your own message, and you no longer require a response. Which means the net is no longer under you and other parties' control. This now allows other people to transmit over this network, or this frequency. So, with Private Carey and I still talking over the net, once I've said Private Carey to Sergeant Smith, Roger, out, or any other word I could say, but as long as I say out at the end of my transmission, now I'm done talking, don't need a response from Private Carey, the whole traffic is cleared, and anyone else who wants to transmit over that network can now transmit. Example, this could be actual, this is Alpha, out. Now, you understand that the only person that can out a message or end this whole traffic is the person that initiated the conversation.
Yes, sir.
So remember this, do not out a person that just started traffic. The only person who can actually out the transmission is actual, or platoon HQ, your higher echelon, higher chain of command, I should say. Reason for this is because they may have some important. They might need to hear from another frequency. They might have something important to say to another team after you just gave them a transmission. There could be all sorts of reasons why the higher echelon of command is able to out your traffic, even though you initiate it. But for here on out, for you to know, in OSUT and outside of OSUT, the only person who can out the traffic is the person who initiated the conversation. Alright. Now something that is something that's been used in Hollywood that is never used in the Army is the combination of over and out. Never use over and out together. They mean very different things. As we said earlier, over meant what?
Means you are done with your transmission and you require a response.
What does out mean?
Means it is the end of your transmission and no response is required, Sergeant.
Yeah, so would it make sense if I said my traffic over and out? Because then it sounds a little weird. I'm saying Roger. I'm sorry, not Roger. It seems to sound weird me saying, I'm done my traffic. I need a response from you. Alright, I'm done my traffic. I no longer need a response from you. It just sounds redundant. So you're just going to use one of those two one of two pro words in your traffic. You don't combine them together. But however, do not forget to use over or use out whenever you're transmitting to indicate to others when or when they cannot transmit over that network. Alright.
Copy that, sir.
If you haven't heard out, and you're not part of the two parties that transmit over that network, you cannot break into that traffic. They have the control of the network, and they keep that controlled until they say out. Now, the only way you can control that network is using break, break, break. Now, break, break, break means that you have now, it's a priority traffic, or you're dictating it's a priority traffic, and you need to get this information out because it's a dire need. Such as, you see a BTR or some armored piece rolling up to your squad's position, and another team leader or your fellow team leader and a squad leaders have control of the net, and then you see BTR, you can say break, break, break. This is Bravo. I have eyes on a BTR bearing this and this amount of distance over. This way, you're letting the other people know that this is priority traffic. So you can say break, 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 and wait a few seconds for the net to clear and for them to start listening to what you got to say, and then you give out your traffic. That's the only way you could break a traffic if need be. Everyone understands?
Affirm, Sergeant.
Alright, so I shouldn't be expecting anybody to break into a conversation that I'm talking over someone over net during day 4. Or if Sergeant Myers is talking over somebody during day 4, or First Sergeant talking to somebody during day 4 or day 2. Alright, now we move on towards break. So when we got reiterate what break, break, break is. Break, break, break is a sister or a child string of break. So now break means that your message is long, or you need to pause/wait for a quick second. However, you still need control over the net. So you could use this also if your traffic is long, if you have a long message to transmit, or you need a second to regather your thoughts or open up your map or anything like that. So let me put this in an example. If I was transmitting to you guys, or if both of you were team leaders and I had to give you a grid coordinates to go to a place, and my traffic is long, this is how I would do it. Alpha, this is actual. Move your team to grid coordinates, break. Now I'm giving you time to open up your map. Then I'll say, grid coordinates, X-ray, 1-5 tree, break. Give you time to find that. Yankee, 1-6 tree, over. So I could use that in that sort of way, me giving you enough time to listen to that message and try to open up your map. Or I could break my message into pieces for you to understand it. Or I just need time to gather my thoughts. Or I need a quick pause. Everyone understands? Alright. Wait over means you need 30 seconds to a minute to respond to the last transmission. So, once again, I'm moving on to the next pro word, which is wait over. And wait over means that you need 30 seconds to a minute to respond to the last transmission. Or the last message that was transmitted. Example of this is, like I said, Private Carry and I were transmitting each other, and I gave Private Carry an instruction. However, he's in the middle of a combat with his team. He would say, Sergeant Smith, this is Private Carry, wait over. Or in terms of a team leader talking to the squad leader, it would be, actual, this is Alpha, wait over. Now, you can use this if you're in the middle of combat, or if you just need to gather your thoughts. You need enough time to gather your thoughts, or over your map whatsoever. You use wait over. Now, it's also wait out. Wait out means that you need longer than a minute to respond to last transmission or message that was sent to you, and that you believe that you and the other party should free up the network for other transmissions. Example of this is, after this Alpha, wait out. Now, if you're in a heated combat, there's no way you're actually be able to listen, tell Actual to send his traffic that try to initiate with you, and you're in the middle of combat or you need a maneuver whatsoever. The case may be, you can say, Actual, this is Alpha, wait out. So, the reason I'm giving these pro words of wait over and wait out is because this main significant thing. If someone tries to initiate a traffic over you and you do not respond, he's going to go on the assumption that either your team is down or you're being insubordinate and you're not talking to your squad leader. Because of this, no one can transmit over a traffic network because they believe that Actual does control his own squad net, so he's the one who can dictate who could talk. And if he keeps trying to communicate to you, to Alpha or Bravo, and Alpha Bravo's not responding, the other team will try to respond and talk to the Actual, because they're trying to figure out, see if Alpha's going to respond to you or not. So this is why you gotta always communicate to your squad leader. Give these pro words if you can't talk to him. You understood?
Understood, Sergeant. Understood.
Okay, try and please be quicker with that, if you understood or not. So we can continue moving. Alright, next pro word is Roger. I have received your last transmission and understand it. Self-explanatory. Next pro word is Wilco. Wilco means I have received your last transmission, I understand it, and I will comply. Basically, comply to the orders, whichever he said or told you. So, another thing that Hollywood has used is never use Roger and Wilco together. They mean, once again, two very distinctive different things. And what I mean by that is that, excuse me, Roger means I understand what you just said. Wilco means I comply to what you just said. I understand what you just said and I will comply to your orders. So if Actual says, Alpha, a resupply is coming to your position now, over. You just say, Actual is Alpha, Roger, over. That means you understand what you just said. However, if Actual says, Alpha is Actual, I need you to move your team to the western side and defend the cop from that location, or that position, you'll say, Actual is Alpha, Wilco, over. Or you say, Wilco out, whatsoever. If you're the one that transmitted, if you initiated the traffic. So those are ways you can say Wilco. You don't have to say Roger, Wilco, but you're just saying, Actual is Alpha, I understand, and will comply. Just say understand twice, which sounds stupid. Alright, we'll move on to the next pro word, which is say again. Say again means that you did not receive the traffic, or you did not understand the last transmission. It could also mean that you want the person to actually, you want to see the person has understand your last traffic. Or in other words, retransmit all of your last transmission. Or you could use this also pro word that's under say again. This could be, so if you want a person to, if you want to see the person understand what you just said, you could say, alright, Alpha, this is Actual. Say again all after this or all before this. You can use that. You want to make sure the person has understood what you said. Now, if you were Alpha or Bravo and you want your team leader to say a thing again, you could say, Actual, this is Alpha. Say again all before or say again all after. So you guys understand all the different ways you can use say again for? So I'm gonna break them all together because I said all of them together and I probably shouldn't have done that. You can say, so you can say again as if you did not receive the traffic. So either your shots being fired or you're distracted or whatsoever, you can just say again as in you didn't receive the traffic. The next way you can use this if get a person sending the traffic, and you want the person to say everything you just said before, or in other words, retransmit your last transmission. Or whenever you want somebody to retransmit what you just said, or you want somebody to retransmit what they just said, you can use say again all after or say again all before, and then you complete it out. So here's an example. Actually, this is alpha. Say again over. The other one. Actually, this is alpha. I say again. I'm sorry. Alpha is actual. I say again. Move to this grid coordinates over. Another one is. Actually, this is alpha. Say again all after grid coordinates 153056 over. Or. Actual. Say again all after grid coordinates 153104 over. And then it'd be alpha, this is actual, I say again all after grid coordinates 153104, move to that position, time now. How copy over. Alright, everyone understands how to use say again? Or gets a good gist of it?
Affirm, Sergeant.
Alright.
I believe so, Sergeant.
Now, something we do want to point out, we use the R word. It's almost directly similar to the say again. I'm pretty sure you guys don't get on me about R word. Repeat. You're not saying to use the word repeat. It is a pro word that is used by for call for fire by the mortar team, by artillery team, anything like that. That is used by them. It can also be used for TACP to send a traffic. I mean, wanting a air asset to repeat the last gun run that they sent to them. So, if you say the word repeat by mistake, this is what's going to happen. If they misheard it, the mortar team is going to go ahead and launch another round to that last location. And you'll think, oh, not you think, I should say, a team or a squad is moving towards that position that the mortar team just mortared out. And they're just going there as a cleanup crew to clean up whichever may be remaining in that location. And you say the word repeat, mortar team heard that, it's another round out there, now another squad just got themselves hurt. Now, however, in reality stance here in the 506, the mortar team does not take orders from a PV2 or that rank unless they're part of the TAC, unless they're part of command teams such as the platoon HQ or the task force HQ. They won't send they won't send any rounds if they heard that from PV2 or whatsoever. However, throughout OSUT, we're gonna make sure you don't say the word repeat. So consequences will happen if you do say the word repeat. So what word do you say instead of repeat?
Say again, Sergeant.
Show for your 10. Which word did it say? Yes, Sergeant. No, Sergeant. Private show.
I didn't copy, Sergeant. Can you repeat?
Nope. Don't say the word repeat. I'll say the thing again. Do not use the word repeat at all times. It is a word meant for specifically for call for fire. For mortar teams to send another round again to the same location or grid coordinates that was given to them before, or for our air assets to do another gun run at the same location that we've given to them before. If they accidentally hear the word repeat and they aren't able to distinguish between if that was anyone in HQ element, if that was their voice, they can't distinguish between your voice and HQ element voice, but accidentally send another round to a location that friendlies might have tried to clean up that was just bombed or destroyed. You get what I mean? So use the word say again, do not use the word repeat. Am I understood?
Affirm, Sergeant.
Alright. This last time I'm going to use that word now. Alright. Next word is read back. Read back is basically you want the person to resend the entire radio transmission back to you. Now it can also be used as a response to a read back instruction. So put this into terms of say as actual and let's say Private Spears your alpha. If I've given you the grid coordinates, you can ask me alpha this actual. No, sorry, I'm sorry. Scratch that. I could tell you at the end of my traffic, before I end my traffic, I could say, now alpha, read back what I've just said. Over. And then you could respond saying, actually this alpha, I read back. And then you can send my whole traffic in your own words back to me. Alright, everyone understands how to use the word read back?
Affirm, Sergeant.
Affirm.
All right, next is correction. Correction means that you have made a mistake or an error in the transmission that you just sent. And then the transmission will continue with the last word correctly sent. So an example. Alpha, this is actual. Correction. Move to grid coordinates 056078. Over. It also mean you can also use actual, this is alpha, correction, break, and then try to figure out what is the correct coordinates of what you're supposed to say. And then you say the coordinates, and then over. But all in all, correction means that you want to correct what you just said earlier. I'm sorry, you're telling them there's a correction to what you just said, and here's the correction. And then you say over to end your traffic. And you wait for a response from them to see whether or not they've understand what you just said. Next is interrogative. You're requesting a confirmation or a question to what you've just said, or what has just been said to you. You can also use interrogative if you have a question for anything. Whether or not it could be, whether or not you could use HEDP in the town or whatsoever. An example for that is actually this alpha interrogative over. You can also use it within your same traffic. Actually, this is alpha interrogative break. Can we use HEDP in the town? Over. Give enough time to know that you have a question, so he has to stop what he's doing so he can listen to it. Alright, we move on to the next pro word, which is correct. You are correct, or what you have transmitted is correct. It's very self-explanatory. Next pro word is wrong. Wrong means that your transmission was incorrect. The correct version is yada yada yada. It is self-explanatory, but let me tell you guys how to basically say this over the radio. You could say, if I've if I've asked you guys, or I gave you guys the grid coordinates, and I've asked you to read back what I've just told you. So alpha, this is actual, read back last transmission over. Then you can say actual, this is alpha, grid coordinates 156 yada yada over. I can say alpha, this is actual, wrong. Grid coordinates are this and that over. So everyone understands how to use wrong? And what wrong is meant for properly?
Affirm, Sergeant.
Affirm.
Alright. Okay, we already went over break. There's something I want to use that we do use here that is not on the list of other words, such as affirmative. Affirmative means yes. However, don't use affirmative whenever you're saying Roger or copy. Such as, let's see here. No, I'm doing this incorrectly. Okay, to an order, I should say. Whenever I'm giving you guys an order, you don't say affirm, you say Roger. So if I said, Alpha is actual, move your team to the western side of this compound and we'll clear it on different sides. You don't say affirm, you'll say Roger. Because you're just saying yes. And you're basically telling the squad leader, yes, that's what I told you to do. Such as if he's giving you a question. And you're giving an answer to questions in affirm. So you just say Roger, don't say again. I'm sorry, don't say, you say Roger, don't say affirmative. Negative means no. Let's see here. Think that's all I could think in my head. So we go ahead and move forward. Alright. Time to move towards our radios. Fun part. This is the part where you guys actually get to be able to communicate. Like I said, communication is #1 key within the whole infantry element. So go ahead and press Control P. This should allow you to actually open up a radio. So let me know once your radio's open.
Radio's open, Sergeant.
Radio open, Sergeant.
Alright, excellent. Radio's open. Here's some quick things you can actually do with your radio being open. We can actually go over the key functions in your radio. First is the button CLR. CLR allows you to clear your frequency, or the current frequency that's on that channel. ENT allows you to set the frequency. So whatever you type the frequency as, or enter the frequency as, you can press that ENT key, and it should enter it into that radio. Now, I advise you to click that ENT key multiple times. The first time, it may not be set. It'll give you an error saying, this frequency is not within the range. However, it is within the range. Just press ENT multiple times, and it should go through. Next is that PRE button with the plus and minus. The plus button allows you to go up a channel. The minus button allows you to go down the channel. Next is the left facing arrow. That allows you to set an additional channel. It toggles the current channel between your primary and alternate push to top. Next is the right facing arrow. That is your speakers button. Toggles the internal or external speaker. Please don't press it. Sounds like an ear rape if we have a speaker button pressed and someone's talking. It just rapes her ear if we have headphones on. Alright, next button is the 0 key, or the one with the parentheses on it. Looks like a parentheses, but not parentheses, but it has 0 key on it. You guys see that key? Right below 7? Alright. That is your stereo settings. It cycles current channels to be heard in your left ear, right ear, or both ears. Alright. We're over the basics of the radio. Let me go over some other stuff as well. That middle knob at the top, between the tall knob and that white knob, that allows you to decrease or increase the volume. Press the left button, your left mouse button decreases it, your right mouse button it increases the volume. Alright, so I just go ahead and continue from there. Excuse me. Alright. Alright, let's go ahead and press CLR button. Once you press CLR button, go ahead and type this frequency in. Since all you're part of Alpha Team, you're going to press 100.1. And then you're going to press that ENT key. Now, do not press the capital locks key to see if your frequency is correct. We'll check that in about a few minutes after we've done all this stuff. So go ahead and press 100.1. Then you can press the ENT key. Now, if you're part of Bravo Team in OSUT, what would be your frequency?
100.2, Sergeant.
Sorry, say again. I missed that. My bad.
100.2, Sergeant.
Awesome. Alright, did we get our frequency set?
Affirm, Sergeant.
Alright. I want you to go ahead and press the next channel button, or you can press 2 on your numpad. Either or will take you to the next channel. So go ahead and press the 2 button, or press that plus button. And let me point out that as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Those buttons allows you to go through your channels on your radio without having to press the plus button. Or you can just press the plus button on your radio and that should allow you to change between them. Alright, let's go ahead and press our CLR button now. We're going to go ahead and enter our squad net on there. So what's the squad net? What's the squad net for OSUT?
0.
Say again?
110, Sergeant.
Nope, we're not part of the first platoon. This is basically a receiving platoon, so we're not part of the first platoon yet. 100. So make sure you make that correction on your notes. 100 is the squad net for OSUT. So go ahead and enter 100 on your second channel. You can press the ENT key about 2 or 3 times to make sure it's set in there. Once you've done that, let me go ahead and explain to you the method of this. Let me know when your second channel is set.
Channel set, Sergeant.
Alright.
Channel set, Sergeant.
Alright, so now the reason why the first channel is your team net 100.1 because the first channel will always be referred to as your primary channel. Whatever your billet is, that's your primary channel will be that set frequency. And let me explain on here. If you're a team leader or a team member, your primary channel, which is C1, should be your team net. Which is what?
100.1, Sergeant.
Yep, there you go. Now, if you're a squad leader, now your primary channel would be your squad net. So, channel 1 would be 100 instead of 100.1. Now, if you're a platoon leader or platoon sergeant, your primary channel, which is C1, would be your platoon net. Everyone see where I'm going there?
Affirm, Sergeant.
Yep, so whatever your primary billet is, that is your primary channel. Now, the second channel, actually, let's get this second channel set real quick, and then we'll continue. So go ahead and press your left arrow key. Everyone's still in the second channel, correct? I'm assuming so.
Correct, Sergeant.
Alright, everyone go press that left arrow key to where now that C2 changes to A2. Are we done?
Done, Sergeant.
Affirm, sir.
Alright. Now we're going to go ahead and move on to the 0 key on that radio. The one to the left, that left arrow key. We're going to go ahead and press that. We're going to look on the bottom right hand of our screen. We're going to press it. And we're going to wait to where it says additional, says write only. Go ahead and say your name when you're set.
Schaefer set, Sergeant.
Spear set, Sergeant.
Alright. Let's go ahead and actually let's not go back to your primary channel. Let's stay on our additional channel. Alright, your additional channel, that second channel, that is the higher echelon of your command. So the command up above you. So if you're a team member, your additional, I'm sorry, not team member. If you are a team leader, so if you're Alpha or Bravo team leader, this channel will be your squad net. If you are a squad leader, your additional channel would be your platoon net, or the platoon net, I should say. If you're a platoon leader, your additional channel would be the task force net. No, I'm sorry, not task force. The company net. Everyone gets where I'm going there?
Affirm, Sergeant.
Affirm,
So squad net would be what? The chain of command higher than you, correct?
Correct, Sergeant.
Alright. Now let's go ahead and press R1 key, or you can press the minus key on the radio to go to your previous channel, or channel below that. Now we're back to C1, our primary channel, correct?
Correct, Sergeant.
Alright.
Affirm, sir.
Let's go ahead and go back to that stereo settings button, or that 0 key. And we're going to look to our bottom right to make sure it says left only, right above the additional. Right above the additional it should say left only. The additional should still say right only. Did we do that?
Affirm, Sergeant.
Alright. So if we did this correctly, and if you did this correctly, you should hear me on your team net, and you should hear me on the chain of command higher than you, which is your squad net. This is your left ear. This is your right ear. Did everyone hear that on your left ear and right ear?
Affirm,
Affirm,
Sergeant.
Sergeant.
Alright. Now, you could talk on both of these nets without having to change your channel. By pressing these two keys. Your cap locks talks to your primary channel. Your tango key allows you to talk to your additional channel. Now, before I continue, in order for this to work, you gotta make sure you close radio when you're on your primary channel. And if you close radio and you're not on your primary channel, you just press that one key on your numpad. And it should take you to your primary channel. Everyone understands what I'm saying there?
Affirm, Sergeant.
So this will only work. This will only allow you to hear from both of your ears if you make sure that you're on your primary channel. So your additional channel will always be in your right ear. Even if you press the 4 key, and channel 4 is now your primary channel. If I talk to your additional channel, you can still hear me. Alright, now I'll move on to the next part. Now, all people who actually would be doing this and having both channels on different ears is if you are a team leader or higher. So if you're a team member, you'll only be listening to team net, to your team net. You're not going to be monitoring squad net. If you're a team leader, you'll be monitoring your squad net. Because you got to take orders from your squad leader to do what you need to do. And you can communicate to your sister or your brother team. You can talk to them as well, if need be. Now, if you were the 2IC of your team, you won't be monitoring the net. However, you got to do your radio check on that net. And time for us to go over radio checks and how to commence a radio check. So I'm going to go ahead and give you the template of how to do a radio check. And you're going to try to demonstrate that to me by the numbers. This is the part where we actually finally get to go over some demonstrations here. Alright, so the first thing first. If I'm the person that is initiating a radio check, and I do not know who's in this net, I'm going to say any calling station on this net, this is Sergeant Smith. So So the you part would be any conversation. So it could be anybody who's on this net. Then the me was Sergeant Smith. So I would say, you, this is me. Radio check on frequency 100.1 over. Now, if I know that my team leader is on this net, I'm going to say Alpha, this is Sergeant Smith, radio check on frequency 100.1. Or if you just know, or if you know whoever's on that net, you just say, you, this is me, radio check frequency 100.1. Let's go ahead and make this example. Private Carrier, you have a radio on you?
Yes, sir.
All right, I'm gonna do radio check initiating. Actually, no, let me go through the whole step, and then we'll do that. The demonstration. Now, your response, if someone spoke to you, have asked you for a radio check, your response is going to be, you, this is me, I read you, Lima Charlie, loud and clear, or 5x5, whichever is your choice, on frequency 100.1. So you're going to give them a clarity of how you hear them. You're loud and clear, 5x5, 1x5, 2x5, 3x5, so on and so forth. Then if you're the person that initiated that radio check, you're going to say, you, this is me, Roger, out. I'm going to go ahead and type this out to you. This is how you're going to initiate it. So you can fill in the you part as whoever conversation you're going to talk to. This could be any conversation, or it could be a specific person. Then the me part is you, of course. Then radio check or frequency. Then you're going to fill out that radio frequency to whatever frequency you need to do radio check on. Then over. And whoever he initiated to, or if you just say any conversation, you could go ahead and respond to it. And you'll say, you, this is me, I read you, and then you'll put the clarity in it. They're loud and clear, Lima Charlie, 5x5, whichever you deem so fit for yourself, on frequency, and then you can put the radio frequency on there, over. And then, back to the person initiated, this is what you will say. Lastly, you, this is me, Roger, out. You can say this is me, copy, out. Alright, that's the demonstration, and that's the explanation. Private Carey and I will go ahead and do that. Private Carey, this is Sergeant Smith. Radio check on frequency 100.1, over.
Sergeant Smith, this is Private Carey. Read you 5x5, frequency 100.1, over.
Private Carey, this is Sergeant Smith. Roger, out. Any questions on how to do it? Don't be afraid to ask questions.
Sergeant?
Yes, go ahead, Private Spears.
I don't fully understand the clarity part.
So what I mean by clarity is how you hear them. So when you heard Private, so just say Lima Charlie, how about this, okay? So just say Lima Charlie. If you hear them very well, you just say Lima Charlie. If you don't hear them, you'll say the full thing. So Private Carey, this is Sergeant Smith. I cannot hear you that well on frequency, this and that, over. Okay? I knew it probably would be confusing for some people. So the clarity is just based off how you hear them. Okay? So you could if you hear them very well, on that net, you just say, I read you loud and clear on frequency 100.1 or whatever the frequency is, okay? You understand what I'm saying, Private Spears?
Understood, Sergeant.
Okay. So just say loud and clear. You can follow the whole script, but you're gonna say loud and clear. All right, Private Schaefer. Any questions?
None for me, Sergeant.
Okay. All right, Private Schaefer, go ahead and initiate radio check with Private Spears.
Private Spears, this is Private Schaefer. Radio check on frequency 100.1. Over.
Private Schaefer, this is Private Spears. I read you loud and clear on frequency 100.1. Over.
Private Spears, this is Private Schaefer. Roger. Out.
Private Spears, go ahead and initiate it with Private Schaefer now.
Private Schaefer, this is Private Spears. Radio check on frequency 100.1. Over.
Private Spears, this is Private Schaefer. I read you shortly on frequency 100.1. Over.
Private Schaefer, this is oh shit, I fucked up. Sorry.
Well, you did good, Private Schaefer. This is go ahead. You got it.
Oh yeah, right. Sorry. Private Schaefer, this is Private Spears. Roger. Out.
Guys are in a roll. You just broke it. First time sees this, he'll love it. That was awesome. No mess ups because I wrote the script for you guys, but there was no mess ups. You guys did it exactly as that way. Now, as I said earlier, if you do not know the person who if you don't know who's on that net, then what will you say instead of the person's name? What would you say?
A calling station.
Awesome. Private Spears, you understand about that, correct, as well?
Correct, Sergeant.
Alright. So, this is what the first sergeant will expect for you to do. If you don't know if anyone's on that radio station, you'll say any calling station on this net, this is so-and-so, on frequency, this and that, over. Now, if you're a team leader, once you know that all of your team has done their radio checks, then you're going to do a radio check with the squad leader on the squad net. So what key you press to talk on your squad net? Or your additional channel, I should say.
Tango, Sergeant.
Tango key, yes, which is your T key. So let's say here that Sergeant Smith here is a squad leader. So go ahead and do your radio check with me. It's a little pop quiz. Go ahead and do it with me.
Sergeant Smith, this is Private Schaefer. Radio check
No.
on frequency.
You're a team leader. Let's pretend you're alpha team leader. Remember, I'm the squad leader. Let's go ahead and do it again. Remember about the informal call sign. That's what I'm trying to get to see what you can do.
Actual, this is Alpha. Radio check on frequency 100. Over.
Alpha, this is actual. Reach a loud and clear frequency 100. Over.
Actual, this is Alpha. Roger. Out.
Alright, Private Spears, you're Bravo.
Actual, this is Bravo. Radio check on frequency 100. Over.
Bravo, this is actual. Read your loud and clear frequency 100. Over.
Actual, this is Bravo. Roger. Out.
Now, you guys can do radio checks with each other to see if you hear yourself on squad net. So you can just say, Bravo, this is Alpha. Radio check on frequency 100. Over. You can do that as well. You can talk to each other on the squad net and do radio checks with each other. If you don't know if Actual's on the net or if anyone's on the net, you'll say what?
Calling station.
Yes, there you go. Awesome. Alright. Alright, so we got radio checks set and circulate. So yeah, squad net is the same way you do it with team net. You're just saying your calling call sign. Now, if this is for all cases, so on and so forth, going on from here. If you are the team leader, if you're doing a radio check on your team net, or if you're doing a radio check to your team leader, you refer to him as Alpha, or you're going to refer to yourself as Alpha. So on your team net, on your squad net, if you're the team leader, you refer to yourself as your team name, which is either Alpha or Bravo. Alright, we're done from here. Let's go ahead and move on towards the newest section here. Not newest section, say that. Let's move on towards our either radio communications base and move on towards our basic infantry weapons. We'll get you guys kitted out, but we'll do all that here since it'll be better for us. Alright, first things first. I'll go over your firing modes, and then we'll go over the weapon system. So, first things first is your firing mode. This is usually would be based off of your M4A1, as most of us will always carry M4A1. And then there's other weapon systems that we'll be carrying if you decide to pick that specific billet for that specific position. However, go over the firing modes for the M4A1, and that is semi-automatic and automatic. Semi-automatic allows you to launch or shoot out one round every time you pull the trigger. So if I pull the trigger, one round comes out. If I pull the trigger again, another round comes out. Automatic allows you to launch multiple rounds by the pull of one time on the trigger. So if I pull the trigger and hold on to it, multiple rounds can come out. If I was on semi-automatic, if I pull the trigger and hold on to it, only one round will come out. Now, but be mindful, whenever you go into automatic firing mode, if you pull and hold that trigger, and you keep on launching multiple rounds, and if you keep on reloading your magazine, you keep on launching multiple rounds, you keep doing this over and over again, your weapon will soon enough jam, overheat, and it can be a situation where you have to unclear that jam. It's going to take you a long time to unclear it, allowing the enemy to actually move up your location and shoot you. So would you want your rifle system, or weapon system I should say, get into a jam in the middle of a combat?
Negative, Sergeant.
Good. And I'm going to show you certain ways how to do that. So, whenever you're on automatic fire mode, we're always going to launch through burst fire. Burst fire means 3 to 5 rounds in a burst fire if you're on the automatic fire mode. Now, how to switch between semi-automatic and automatic fire mode within your M4A1 or any weapon system, you're going to press your Foxtrot key, or what we like to call it, the fun key. Everyone understands how to switch between automatic and semi-automatic?
Understand, sir.
Alright, now I'm going to give you guys what point fire and point target is, and what area fire and area target is. Point fire is the fire that is directed at one point. So for example, if I was a squad leader here, and both of you guys were team leaders, or this is your team, Alpha's on my right, Bravo's on my left, this is point fire. I would say, alright, Alpha Bravo, fire at this screen. That's point fire. You're shooting at one single area, or one single thing, I should say. Point target is almost similar. Point target means, so this, let me put it this way, how the same way I did it in Class Bravo. Point fire is a team that, no. Point target is what we're shooting at. Point fire, God, Jesus Christ, I don't know how I phrase it for everyone to understand it. Let me just continue on from there. Point target is just a target that you're shooting at, everyone else is shooting at. So if we're shooting at one single target, that's a point target. Point fire is basically everyone shooting at one single target. Get what I mean? So if we're engaging a point target, that is that means that we're doing a point fire. Area fire is this. If I shoot a tracer round, if I point at this area, or if I put a laser on that area, and I say, Bravo, you shoot to the left of this, Alpha, you shoot to the right of this, that is area fire. We're not shooting at a single thing now. We're shooting at an area of a thing that I just pointed out. That is an area fire. And the thing we're shooting at is an area target. You guys get what I mean from there? So you guys get kind of a small gist of what I mean by point fire, point target, area fire, area target? Okay. Now, the reason why I'm trying to get you guys to know what a point fire, point target, and area fire, area target is because it's something significant I'm about to go over throughout these organic weapons. Go ahead and move on to organic weapons. The M4 carbine is the issued weapon for the U.S. Army and is a lightweight gas-operated, air-cooled, magazine-fed, shoulder-fired weapon. It can be fired in either the automatic or semi-automatic fire mode, and by pressing, you know what, the fun key. Now, the purpose of the purpose of this weapon is to provide personnel and defensive capabilities to engage targets in the field at ranges of 500 meters against a point target and 600 meters against an area target. So I'm going to say this again so you can write this down in your notes. It's capable to engage targets in the field at ranges out to 500 meters on a point target and 600 meters against an area target. which means it's more accurate at 500 meters or less. It's not that much accurate at 600 meters or more. Alright, now adapter rails allows operators the capability to mount various weapon accessories such as optics, flashlights, bipods, and laser aiming devices. Any questions with the M4?
Negative, Sergeant.
Alright. Next is your 320 or your 203. These are your UGLs. You could attach these grenade launchers under your barrel, or you could carry this as not an attachment but as an actual weapon system as your secondary. The M320 grenade launcher is a lightweight 40mm grenade launcher that can operate in a standalone, which as I said earlier, as your secondary weapon, or as an attached configuration which you could put under your barrel, which is why I say UGL. Now, now it features a forged aluminum rifled barrel which allows the operator to accurately engage targets as far as 350 meters with various types of ammunition. Now the 320 and M203 is all limit for area targets, because you can't just shoot a single target with the 320. Is one of the reason why, or the guess of the reason why.
Frag grenades, Sergeant.
Alright, sorry. You said as a frag grenade? No. However, yes, the grenade launcher does explode like a grenade. But you know how rounds, if you shoot at one round at a person, it hits that single person, you don't expect it to actually hit multiple people, correct? Now the 320, the 40mm grenades, these explode based off impact, correct? Does it explode at one single area that it landed on, or does it explode and disperse at multiple areas? Which one?
Multiple areas, Sergeant.
Alright, that's the reason why it's all meant for area targets. It's not meant to actually shoot one single person. It's meant to actually disperse in the area, not at a point area, I should say. So when you shoot it at this screen, which is initially a point target, it's going to disperse and hit anything else around it. Now, if I want to hit an area target, which is this one screen, but around the screens, if I launch by doing area fire with my 320, it's basically going to hit the whole area, hit the area targets, wherever else is around that area that I'm shooting at. I'm making it sound confusing, I really am. It's not meant for area targets though, because it hits multiple things, not one single thing like how one bullet can. Alright, let's move on towards the M249 automatic rifle. The M249 machine gun is a gas-operated, air-cooled, belt or magazine-fed automatic weapon that fires from the open bolt position. Its maximum rate of fire is 850 rounds per minute. Ammunition feeds into the weapon from a 200-round ammunition box containing a disintegrating metallic split-link belt. Only in emergencies do M249 gunners use a 20 or 30-round M16 or M4 rifle magazine, in part because his increased chances of stoppages. In other words, you can put a 30-round magazine into the M249. However, M249 is meant to launch multiple rounds every single time he shoots. So if he's carrying a 100 or 200 round box with him, it allows him to shoot multiple rounds or burst fire for about maybe 8 or 10 burst fire. However, if he's holding a 30-round belt, 30-round magazine, he's gonna run that. He's gonna do 2 or 3 burst fire until he runs out of ammo. So this is only emergencies if the M249 runs out of magazines or runs out of boxes, has no more ammunition left, and we have a lot of 5.56 rounds left. We'll give him the 5.56 round. And that's something else I want to point out. The caliber of the M249 is 5.56 millimeters. Any questions with the M249?
Negative, Sergeant.
Alright. Move on towards the medium machine gun, which is the M240 Bravo. Or M240 Bravo. The M240 Bravo is a belt-fed, air-cooled, gas-operated, fully automatic machine gun that fires from the open bolt position. Ammunition is fed into the weapon from a 100-round bandolier containing a disintegrating metallic split-link belt. The gas from the firing one round provides energy for firing the next round. The gun functions automatically as long as it is supplied with ammunition and the trigger is held to the rear. The M240 Bravo machine gun supports the rifleman in both offensive and defensive operations. It is used to engage targets beyond the range of individual weapon systems with the controlled and accurate fire. So I did forget to point out, I did say that M249 has a maximum engagement range of 800 meters, correct? Did I say that? I don't think I did. Did I? I don't think I did. M249, its maximum engagement range on area targets is 1,000 meters. The maximum engagement range of the M249 on area targets is 800 meters. Does anyone know the reason why there's no engagement range for point targets for the M249 and M240?
AR, area suppression weapons. Sorry.
Yes, thank you. Love that answer. The AR is only meant to suppress targets, not meant to shoot at a single target. It's meant to shoot at an area amount of targets. Because, first things first, the M249 is not that much accurate as a M4A1 is, because the M4A1 only shoots one single round. But if you launch with the M249, that recoil and everything else with it makes your accuracy dick on. Which means you can't aim at shit if you're losing that M249. Or M240 Bravo. So because of that, this is only meant for area targets, not a single point target. So you can shoot at multiple targets, not just one. So with the means suppression, only meant for area amount of shooting at multiple targets, it's only meant for area targets, not point targets. Which is why there's only a maximum effective range on area targets. Alright, any questions to M249, M240 Bravo?
Sergeant.
And the significance of the... Yes, Spears? You said no, or I thought I heard you just say Sergeant.
I said negative, Sergeant.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I only heard it was Sergeant. So we move on towards the shoulder-launched munitions, when that is the M136 AT4. The M136 AT4 is a lightweight, self-contained SLM, designed for use against the improved armor of light armored vehicles. Now, what I mean by improved armor or light armored vehicles is because that the M72 law is meant for the non-approved or older variants of the armor pieces that we go after. I remember that we are up against, such as the BTR-60, BRDMs, or other soft targets that aren't that really armored. Now, moving on with the M136 AT4, it provides lethal fire against light armored vehicles and it has some effect on most enemy field fortifications. While it has a maximum range of 2,100 meters, or 2,100 meters, its maximum effective range is 300 meters. In other words, 300 meters. Now, I do want to point out that... Oh, hey, Mad Bandit. Yep, I'm filling in for First Sergeant. One thing I do want to point out is that the M136 can engage medium and heavy armored targets. And thanks for the follow, Mad Bandit. Such as your BMP. It can hit a BMP, make a BMP paper mache if need be, based off a certain distance. It can also take out MBT. If you're going to engage MBT within 50 meters or less, it can take out MBT based off if you hit it from its rear. Or hit the BMP from its top plate. So AT4 can pack a punch if need be. I'm sorry, M136 can pack a big punch if the scenario calls for it. Now, like I said, I did mention the M72 law. The M72 law, its maximum engagement range is 250 meters. It is a smaller caliber, which makes it the smallest sister of the M136 launcher. The law can hit a BTR somewhat of a good manner, based off the distance of the BTR. However, it could take out a BRDM, BDRM, it could take out a gun truck, transport vehicles, by advice not wasting the law on a transport vehicle. But those are the soft targets it can take out. However, the M136 can take out soft, medium armor, and it can take out heavy armor based off the distance and based off the angle of a shot you can take out on that heavy armored piece. Any questions on the M136?
Negative. Same.
Awesome. Move on towards the M3 Carl Gustav. The M3 Carl Gustav is also known as a multi-role anti-armor, anti-tank weapon system, aka MAS. So we call this the M3 MAS rocket, but its main name is the M3 Carl Gustav. Now the MAS is a 84mm recoilless rifle carried only by weapon squad anti-armor specialists, such as 1424 and 34 within our whole company. The weapon squads are the only ones who carry the M3 MAS rocket. Now it is capable of employing a vast array of ammunition for use against armored targets, hardened, fixed positions and personnel, as well as deploying smoke and illumination. Depending on the target and ammunition selected, it is capable of ranging out to 1,000 meters. Greater than what the M136 can and what the M72 log can. Now, unlike the M136 and M72, the Carl Gustav is reloadable. The M136 and 72 and the M72 law is non-reloadable. It's it can't. All you have to do is a one-shot launcher. So once you use that launcher, you just throw it on the floor once you've used it. It's no longer reloadable, no longer usable. However, the M3 Carl Gustav is reloadable. So you launch one round, you can reload that big boy back up, and you can launch a rocket again at another target you see. Now, M3 MAS, you can include a scope onto the M3 MAS, allowing you to effectively engage targets at a specific range. But however, you have to actually get the optic and attach it to it. Okay, let's go over your CCMS, or your close combat missile systems. They are used primarily to defeat main battle tanks and other armored combat vehicles. And the current force in this category of weapons includes the TOW and the Javelin. The TOW and the Javelin provides overmatch anti-tank fires during assault and provides extended range capabilities for engaging armored during both offensive and defensive. These systems have a moderate capability against bunkers, buildings, and other fortified targets. However, I don't advise you guys to actually engage. I don't advise you guys to even waste a Javelin rocket or a TOW rocket on fixed positions, because something you guys do not know is that a weapon squad, if they carry a Javelin rocket, if a whole weapon squad carries the Javelin, the whole squad can only carry 4 rockets in total. So within the weapon squad, you have 2 machine gunner teams, which comprise of 4 men, and they have 2 anti-armor teams, which comprise of 2 men. Sorry, which comprise of 4 men all in total, but 2 in one team, 2 in each team. So with that said, if they carry the Javelin, they only have 4 rockets left, or 4 rockets all in total. So would you want a team to race a rocket that could take out a MBT very easily on a fixed position? Yes or no? No. We do not want to waste our rocket, our very good rocket, on a fixed position. I'd say goes the same thing for your M136, your M72, as they are not reloadable. And same thing with your MAS. A MAS team can only carry a total of 4 per team, which means they can only carry... No, I'm incorrect. No, I'm incorrect. They only carry a total of 8 rockets for the whole squad. So they waste a rocket, they only have 3 rockets left. The same thing with all of our launchers. Do not waste any rocket on a fixed position or in a bunker. Use them on armored pieces, which is what they meant for. Now, I did forget to mention that the MAS rocket, you can engage it with heavy armored pieces, such as, like I said, the MBT. You can engage it with that. However, beyond its effective range, it may not be able to make that armored piece go catastrophic. It can pack a punch on it, or it could probably disable it. Who knows? Now, the Javelin is a fire and forget shoulder-fired man-portable CCMS that consists of a reusable M98A1 Command Launch Unit, or also known as CLU, and a round. Now, with the Javelin, it can engage enemy armored vehicles out to 2,000 meters. Now, with the Javelin, the way how it basically launches is that you're going to make sure you're going to take the rocket, put it on your shoulder by pressing that 0 key, and automatically the targeting system is already, not target system, the target system attachment is already on the Javelin, so don't worry about attaching to it as you have to do in real life. Yep, the Moz is definitely no joke. And you're going to put it on your shoulder. You're going to switch to night vision by pressing your November key. You're going to look for that target. You're going to press your tab key, or tangle key, but it's mainly be your tab key. You're going to press and hold on to it. And you're going to follow the target that you're trying to engage. Do not waste this rocket on a BTR at MBT. I'm sorry, BTR at BMP. This is mainly meant for meant for rifle squads, which carry the M136 or M72. They could take out those MBTs. You only should be using the Javelin rockets for MBTs. But once again, like back to what I was saying before. And then once you hear the beeping go very consistent where it the beeps forever, that's when you know you're allowed to launch that rocket. You're gonna press your firing key, so you can pull that trigger. What's gonna happen is the rocket's gonna get out of the tube. It's gonna be about 4 to 10 feet in front of your face, and then that's when you're gonna see the rocket's main target system, or its engines, fire up and it goes straight up to the air. Then it goes bye-bye. Soon after, a target that you're trying to engage, you can see the rocket hit the top of the target, and then hit from the top down to the bottom, making this tank become a play toy, because the tank basically gets smushed from the top down to where it's no longer usable. Smushes the crew inside of it, making the crew unrescuable, preventing the crew to be even taken out, because the crew's gonna be already dead, and you can't access that armored piece unless you cut through that armored piece. So, this is why the Javelin is the most effective weapon system that we have within the whole unit. Any questions with the Javelin? Alright. We'll go ahead and move on to our organic munition. Alright, we have various organic munitions such as our smoke grenades, fragmentation grenades, and our stun grenades, along with our demolition blocks. Now the hand grenades is a handheld, armed, and hand-thrown weapon. Used forces are both lethal and non-lethal grenades, as well as colored or white smoke for screening movement, signaling, and marking positions and landing zones. Alright, the average soldier can throw a grenade to 35 meters, so let me actually do it from here where you guys are at. I can't do it from my position. So, let's say beyond this screen, past this wall, would be as far as you can throw it. Therefore, they are designed to have a small blast radius and are fused to 3 to 5 second delay so they can be safely employed. This is for the grenade, and this is for your smoke grenades. They deploy after 3 to 5 seconds of the fuse being ignited. Alright. M67 fragmentation grenades. The M67 is a fragmentation type grenade consisting of a pre-fragmented steel body filled with 6.5 ounces of composition B explosive. It is intended to be used in an offensive capacity and has a killing radius of 15 meters and a fragmentation dispersal radius of 230 meters. With that said, here are the procedures of throwing your fragmentation grenade and what you should do when it's been thrown. Write this down. Now, let's go over to 3 pro words. 3 pro words is frag out, frag, and bad frag. Frag out is used as if you are the one throwing that grenade. You're gonna say frag out, wait about 2-3 seconds. You're gonna wait for a hot second, and then you're gonna throw that frag grenade out to wherever you're trying to throw it at. Frag means that an enemy has thrown a frag, either to you or somewhere, or all you heard is a frag been thrown. You yell out frag. Bad frag means that you've accidentally thrown a bad frag. Now, if we go in detail with these, now frag out. You're gonna select first. This is how you're gonna select your grenades. You're gonna press your 6 key. That key is right above your Tango and Yankee key. So your 6 key on your keyboard, right next to all your other keys. You're gonna press that key. It allows you to cycle through your lethal grenade, either your M67 or your M84 stuff. Wait, did I queue up on that? Did you guys hear what I said? Okay. Yeah, I was talking about mine then. Alright, so, yeah. Press that key, select your 5-page grenades, and you're going to move on to the next part. Once you get that selected, you're going to press the key that you have selected to throw a grenade. However, if you're not using advanced throwing, then you're going to yell out frag out before you press that key. So you can say frag out, wait a hot second, then throw it. Now, if you're the person that's not throwing a grenade, if you hear someone say frag out, your job is to echo out that order. You're going to yell out frag out so everyone else around you can hear that. That we know is that if frag's been thrown, you can go seek cover away from that frag. Once you set frag out, you throw the frag, then you'll throw it, you're going to hit the deck. And wait for the frag to be cooked off. Once the frag goes off, oh sorry, not frag. Once the frag goes off, then you can reconsolidate and get back up. Now, what if there's no cover near you? Or where you're throwing the frag or the enemy is throwing the frag? This is what you're going to do. If there's no cover near you, and the frag's been tossed, you're going to run away from the frag as far as you can. You're going to hit the deck, and you're going to make sure that your feet is facing towards the grenade and your head facing away. The reason for that is because if the fragmentation dispersal will hit your feet, not your head. You can live with your feet being messed up, but you can't live with your brain being messed up. Everyone understands?
Understood, sir.
Alright. So you're going to make sure you're going to try to get as far away from the frag as possible, but hit the deck before it blows off. You're going to make sure your feet's facing where?
Towards the frag, Sergeant.
Head facing what?
Away from the frag.
Alright. Next is frag. If you hear an enemy throw the frag, you're going to echo it out. You're going to say frag, and if you heard someone say frag, you're going to echo out that order and yell frag. You're going to do exactly what I told you again. Run away from the frag, get your feet facing towards the frag, and your head facing away. Last is bad frag. I swear, if none of you ever say bad frag, and you know you threw a frag by mistake, and don't yell off bad frag, you're going to get yourself counseled, and I'm going to be completely embarrassed and mad at you. Because you say yell off bad frag. I mean, if you throw a bad frag, you don't call it out, what's going to happen is that people are going to run. They don't even know what's the frag or not. They're going to think it's smoke or whatsoever. And then get themselves blown to pieces and get their bodies flying. So, do me a favor. Yell out bad frag. It's much worse than not saying it. Because if you don't yell out bad frag, what's going to happen is that you're going to get counseled, A. B, you might get court-martialed because you probably might have killed somebody whoever ran by that bad frag. And then C, you're going to look like an idiot. And you're going to look like a person who can't man up to his own mistakes. You call bad frag, the most you can get is a counsel. Letting you know, don't do that again. Alright? Alright. Alright, move on towards our flashbangs. Flashbangs are the M84 is a diversionary device used for building room clearing. We mainly use that for building room clearing operations. It is employed when non-combatants are likely to be there or are expected to be the place that we are assaulting. And it's basically meant to achieve us the element of surprise, blind them so they won't see us coming in. When a device explodes in a room, it delivers a loud bang combined with a bright flash, which is designed to temporarily blind, disable, and deafen the room occupants, as well as disorienting them for as long as 15 seconds. Now, the M84 is a little iffy here. The ones that we are issued. Reason for that is because when it's thrown, when the enemy sees it, most of half the time, 80% of the time, it will not flash them. The only way for him to flash him, and I'm going to turn around, if I was the enemy, this is my cone of view. The flashbang has to land either right here to over here in order for me to get flashed. And it has to be within 10 meters, within my cone of vision in order for it to affect me. So if I was facing right here, the flash gets thrown right here, affects me. It does not affect me. Now, however, here's the opposite side. If this was us throwing the flashbang, if a flashbang gets thrown right behind me, and I'm facing this way, it sure will flash. It will flash me. I'll get disoriented. My eyes will go white, and all I hear is a loud ringing. Also, if I throw a flashbang into a room, and the wall is right here, and a flashbang gets a little bit near the wall, I'm gonna get disoriented too as well. So this is the reason I'm telling you this is because you gotta be careful with these flashbangs. They can disorient us more effectively than they can disorient the enemy. However, always use a flashbang if you see the enemy in the room. You gotta throw a flashbang in the room. However, with that said, when you throw a flashbang in a room, you're gonna go in that room thinking that you have thrown a flashbang. Because most of the time, the enemy has not been flashed. So go in there with the state of mind thinking that the enemy was not flashed. Am I understood?
Understood, Sergeant.
Alright, let's go ahead and go over with the colored smokes and their aligned signal colors. First off is white and yellow smoke. White and yellow smoke is meant for concealment. Self-explanatory. Next is green smoke. Green smoke is meant to mark a friendly position and less likely a landing zone. Usually we'll be using green smoke to mark a location if we're doing a cast run. Because A-10 pilots and any of our rotary pilots does not see us that well from the high distance they see us. They can't really see our uniforms. So if we pop a green smoke, you better stay near that green smoke so you don't get yourself shot or killed. Everyone understands?
Copy that, sir.
Alright. Stay near the green smoke if you see it popped. Also, if you pop green smoke by mistake, you're gonna have people thinking, if you pop green smoke by mistake and you throwing it where the enemy's at or where the enemy is supposed to be at, you're gonna get the whole task force thinking, alright, this is a safe location or there's a cast run coming in, let me go to this location. And they're gonna end up getting themselves shot at because cast is gonna think, oh wait, that's an enemy, come to that green smoke, let me blow them up. Or, if you're throwing it further away, cast, the pilots are gonna think that the enemy near the green smoke is us, and they're gonna blow us up. So make sure you call up that you're throwing a green smoke for concealment or it was a bad green smoke, so we can let higher command know that it's bad green smoke, and they can let the rotary pilots and the fixed wing pilots know it's bad green smoke. Alright, move on towards red smoke. Red smoke is used to mark an enemy position. Now, I've said that you could throw your smoke within 35 meters or less. If an enemy is within 35 meters to you, and you throw that red smoke, that's just stupid. Because you're putting yourself out of position, out of cover, you're throwing that red smoke, allowing the enemy to actually shoot you while you're trying to prep it and throw it. Just looks dumb. So don't throw a red smoke unless you're behind a wall and you're throwing red smoke over a wall. If you're behind a tree, you're throwing a red smoke where the enemy location is at. So only cases I would, in my opinion, believe that's the most necessary way to throw the red smoke. Also, you can throw this red smoke on an enemy armored piece. That I will allow. Armored piece is 35 meters near you, and they can't see you, but you can see it. You can throw a red smoke on an armored piece to allow our fixed wing pilots or rotary pilots to know where the armored piece is at, so they can blow it up or engage it. However, most of the time I advise you just using your rifle. If it's that close to you, your rounds will hurt them a lot more than if they were 300 meters from you, or if you were throwing that smoke. Alright, however, you can put a red smoke. You can carry a red smoke round for your 320 or 203, and you can launch a red smoke or that bad boy about 300 meters out on where you see enemy armored pieces out or any enemy infantry at. It goes for the red smoke, green smoke, and yellow smoke. Alright, blue and purple and... Oh, this one's gonna go over. Alright, first is blue. Indicates a break in chain of command, or you lost communications with your chain of command. So if you are team member... Yeah, backfrag is definitely a fun thing in here. And your team leader's down, and you do not know what squad net is, or you can't reach your squad leader, you're gonna pop that blue smoke. But normally RTOs carry that blue smoke, if their platoon leaders go down, or the platoon leader goes down. That way, it lets the task force know where the platoon HQ was at. Now, be careful of that blue smoke. If you accidentally throw that blue smoke by mistake, it's another incident of what happens with that green smoke or red smoke. Throw a blue smoke, this is what's going to happen. If you're used for concealment or whatsoever, it was a bad blue smoke, what's going to happen is that the rest of the task force or other squads, they're going to run to your position, they're going to run to your rescue, thinking that chain of command is broken there, trying to help you guys reestablish your chain of command, try to get security set up on your location, and try to get a mic to get whoever else is down on that position, right? Now, if the position was not safe, you're getting engaged by enemies and your squad was actually up, you're going to get our friendly squads going in positions that aren't really safe enough and get themselves hit from their flanks because they don't know where the contacts are coming from. So then that blue smoke's popped up, friend squad comes in, get himself shot from the rear or the other flank, makes it very bad for them. So make sure to bring it up if it's a bad blue smoke. Alright, move on to the next color. That's purple. Purple is mainly and always only used by medics to mark a mass casualty area or a casualty collection point. Now, medics are the only ones you can call what is a mass cas, which is the only ones you can carry purple smoke. If you carry purple smoke, after you get billeted and you actually throw a purple smoke, what's going to happen is that medics are going to think, oh, there's someone down here, we didn't hear the radio communications, but let's go over here and check it out. You're going to have the rest of the medics in the whole task force run to that position. Now, they're going to get themselves shot once again by their flanks. Now, all of our combat lifesavers are all down because of that situation. Alright, Private Carry. Alright, so everyone knows not to use those purple smoke and blue smoke by mistake, correct? Let's go ahead and sit back down. Alright, so move towards orange smoke. Orange smoke is used to mark an LZ. Uh-oh. Yes, again, orange smoke is used to use your Windows key. Red smoke, God. Orange smoke is used to mark an LZ or a explosive part, or should I say point, but explosive position. So, orange smoke is only carried by a team leader or a TAC P. Those are the only ones you could dictate those locations. So let me reiterate this. TAC P is the only one who can communicate to our air assets, which is why they're the only ones who can carry that orange smoke to mark an LZ position. Team leaders are the only ones who can carry a demolition block, which is why they're the only ones who can carry that orange smoke. Now, team leaders will throw the orange smoke on a position where they believe where explosives have been set to, or where enemy explosives have been marked, and they'll mark a red smoke. They're gonna put a red spray paint, 2 X's, near the position where it is the safe zone and where the danger zone is at of that explosive that has been set. So if you see a red smoke, you see red spray paint and you see an orange smoke, hey, that's explosive. You've seen an orange smoke, that may be explosive, that might be an LZ point, and a bird might land right on top of your head. So all in all, stay away from orange smoke. Just consider them as danger areas. Or danger zones. Am I understood?
Copy that, Sergeant.
Copy that, Sergeant.
Alright, let's move on past orange smoke. Let's pass on our color, signal color. Let's move towards something different. Alright, your 7 key allows you to cycle through your non-lethal grenades, such as your smoke grenades. Your 6 key, like I said, allows you to cycle through your lethal grenades. Alright, let's do this real quick so we got time. Everyone press your escape key. Go to configure. Controls. Configure add-on. Ace 3 weapons. Let me know once you guys are there.
Ready, Sergeant.
Alright, scroll down to the bottom where you see where it says prepare are changed throwable. Set that to your golf key.
On Sergeant.
That way, now you can make sure you press OK, not the cancel key. So press OK, and then you press continue to go back to your main screen. Now this allows you to get your grenade set to ace advanced throwing. It gives you the arch of where grenade will go, or smoke grenade will go, and it gives you the option whether or not to cancel, or to cook the grenade, or throw it. Do not cook the grenade. Some of us, you guys probably don't know how to count, so do not get yourself blown up. Alright, let's move on towards our optics. You got an RCO, which is range combat optic. It allows you to range out targets greater, it gives you the ability to range out targets greater than 300 meters. An RCO that I love dearly is the M150 RCO because it allows you to range out targets. It gives you the option to actually get a specific range on a target. If you guys want to know how to do that later on, I could tell you outside of OSUT. Possibly after this class, I'll give you guys a diagram of how to do it too as well. But we're going to take up time, so I'll show you guys how to do that later on. Alright, next is our CCOs and EOTech. CCOs are basically our close combat optics. Allows us to engage targets within 300 meters or less. Or see targets 300 meters or less and engage them effectively. Your EOTech also allows you to range out targets as well. Some variants of CCO can be aim points and red dots. Alright, next is your MGO, your machine gun optic. This is the optic that's always placed into your M249 and your M240 Bravo. Something significant about this is because that there's no intersections between specific ranges. There are actually holes between the intersections. Because like I said, the weapon system is only meant for area targets and area fire. So, with it being open, it tells you that around this area is where the rounds will hit. Any questions with the RCO, CCO, and MGO?
Negative, Sergeant.
Alright, move on towards our basic engagement techniques. First is the rate of fire. Your rate of fire, there are 3 types of rate of fire for your M4A1. First one, sustained or effective. Sustained and effective means that you're launching 1 round every 2 to 3 seconds. So you're going to shoot that round, and then put your sights back on the target again. You can shoot it around again. Please sights back on the target, wait 2 to 3 seconds, shoot the target again. So once again, sustained or effective is for you're shooting 1 round every 2 to 3 seconds. So every 2 to 3 seconds, you can shoot 1 round. Next is rapid. During double taps now, decreasing rate of fire. So you're going to shoot 2 rounds every 2 to 3 seconds. Next is cyclic. You're going to press that fun key, go to automatic firing mode, and you're going to launch burst rounds every 1 to 2 seconds. So I'm going to go ahead and go do these stuff again. So standard effective firing, 1 round every 2 to 3 seconds. And we're going to imagine that the target's within 500 meters or more from us. Then you got rapid. Double taps. You can shoot 2 rounds every 2 to 3 seconds. And we're going to imagine the target is within 300 meters. So about 200 meters to 400 meters from us. Then we have cyclic. You're going to go to your fully automatic mode. You're going to launch 3 to 5 round bursts every 1 to 2 seconds. And we're going to imagine targets. We're going to do this for if targets are 200 meters or less from us. So everyone knows all the rates of fire and how they're equivalent to the base of the distance of targets are from us. Yes, Sergeant. No, Sergeant. All right. Lastly, get M249 burst fire. If you're an M249 machine gunner or M240 Bravo machine gunner, you're always going to shoot and burst fire every single time. No exceptions. You're not shooting 1 round. This weapon system is meant for shooting multiple rounds, so you're going to shoot burst fire every time. That's 3 to 5 round burst. Alright, any questions with all the rates of fire this time?
Negative, Sergeant.
Alright, something you want to remember. Always engage the greatest threat first. What that means is that make sure you engage what is the greatest. I mean, what can hit us the hardest. Such as, if we were all lined up in a skirmish line, or skirmish line, let me say, and all of us were engaging targets out in the field. Say there was a squad about 300 meters from us, but there is a 2-man team about 100 meters from us. We will engage greatest threat first, so we're going to engage that 2-man team since they're closer to us. Now, say if there is a technical coming to us that is about 300 meters from us. However, we got a rifle team, enemy rifle team, but 100 meters from us. The greatest threat is that technical, because, I'm sorry, that technical or that gun truck, because it has a mounted static weapon on top of it, which can hit us harder than what those team can, and plus, that gun truck or technical is mobile, so it can move around while engaged at the same time. So we will engage that gun truck first, before we will engage that enemy squad that's 300 meters from us first. Everyone understands? So engage the of us, 100 meters out, and there's a squad 200 meters in front of us, we'll engage BTR first. Alright. Lastly, always call out whenever you're reloading. Every time you're going to reload your rifle, you call out reloading. So people can know either that we have an extra gun down, we should increase our rate of fire, or should we wait to breach a building? Should we wait to move up? All those sorts of stuff is always into consideration whenever we hear the pro word reloading. Alright, everyone understands all this stuff based off of basic engagement techniques.
Affirm, Sergeant.
Sergeant?
Alright, yes, Private Schaefer?
Thank you, Sergeant. Does the AR need to state that they are the AR reloading, or just call out reloading?
They'll say gun down, most likely, or they'll just say AR reloading. This way we know that we need to increase our rate of fire. So if we were doing sustained or effective firing, if the machine gunner says gun down or AR reloading, we gotta boop up our fire rate of fire up to rapid. If we're in rapid, we'll boost it up to cycling.
Sergeant, thank you.
Yep. Alright, any more questions?
Negative, Sergeant.
Alright, I'm gonna move on to something that's very significant, and that is your, something related to your smoke grenades. So if you press, get off the seat that you're on right now to get stand up. Press your shift kilo key. So stand up, you press your scroll wheel, and you click stand up. Alright, press the shift kilo key. You should see something pop up on your top left hand corner of your screen. Do you see it?
Circle, Sergeant?
Yep, circle. This basically gives you the wind direction. Now, if it's an arrow, sometimes there would be a dot on that wind direction, or that arrow. That basically gives you the wind speed as well. This is significant, because this allows us to actually effectively screen targets or the enemy to screen. So come follow me outside. So go ahead and put your hard covers on and put your eye pro on if you have one. Alright, your shift kilo's on, correct?
Affirm, Sergeant.
Do you see where the arrow's facing?
Currently is facing ahead to the left.
Yep.
Question, Sergeant.
So if we had our compass, we will get our cardinal direction and wind's facing to the north. Yes, Private Spears.
Thank you, Sergeant. My key is not working. Seems like.
Shift K at the same time. Should you see something pop up?
It's working this time.
Yep, there you go. Alright, so now we know the winds. If you press our compass, you guys don't have a compass, but we know the wind's going almost to the north. It's something we'll put in our PCC. We'll figure out where the wind direction is going at this time before we leave, so we know where to do our effective screening. However, the wind's going to the north. So come over here and face to where I'm facing. Come over here. Alright, so if I were to conceal this open area, for my team to be able to push to this side of the wall. And the wind is going to our right. If I don't do effective screening, where would I throw the smoke?
On the left, sorry.
Point it out for me. Press your shift tilde key. Yep. Smoke will come from here, with it being about 3 knots, I see. It'll go from here all the way down to over here. Most likely. The wind would pick up that smoke and move it all the way down over. And I don't have smokes, I think. Let me check. I do not. So I can't show you guys. That's effective screening. Always remember that. You need to know where the wind is going so you can do effective screening. I shouldn't be seeing people trying to move from cover to cover and then throw smoke right here or in the center. All they have is this area concealed, but this area is out and open. Alright. Any questions?
Negative, Sergeant.
Alright, let's move on. Go ahead and follow me. Oh, actually, no, you need to go in here. Go ahead and grab the rifleman loadout from here. Go to the supply sergeant, get your rifleman kit, let me know when you're ready.
Ready, Sergeant.
Alright, remember this. Every time once you grab your loadout, you're gonna go to these 2 boxes. Go to that box, get yourself a radio, and then go to this box and get yourself a Vector 219. So throughout OSUT, every time when you get your loadout, always grab the radio and Vector from those boxes. Now, if you're filling in for a squad training or any platoon trainings like that, as you're allowed to as a PV1, you're gonna get your loadout from Arsenal box, which will look like a square box, and then you're gonna turn around to a Camo Net box and get your radio and Vector. That same box where you guys got your radio from at the beginning of class today. Alright, so go ahead and follow me. Alright, go ahead and kneel right in front of me. Nope, kneel right in front of me. Net to butt. Right behind each other. It's what you call your pre-combat formation. It's what you get in every time once you get your loadout set and you get ready to go, okay? Now, PCCs will be going, we'll be going over PCCs tomorrow. The first sergeant, our Sergeant Myers, there, they'll be going over that. If they're not, then I'll be going over that. Alright. Go ahead and follow me. Alright. Please tell me you can see this. Look at this red flag. Please tell me you can see the weapons range complex.
Affirm, Sergeant.
Alright, go ahead and go there. Alright, I'm gonna go over formations first, then we'll go over the AT lab. You know what? Stop all this walking, let's go to the teleport pole. White flag, take us to movement formations, please. Yep, but white flag, go to movement formations. Alright, let's go up. This one over here. Alright, get into invitation right up here. Fill this up. Alright, stand by.
Affirm, Sergeant.
Let's go do a quick 1 to 2 minutes break because I gotta get that break. I got it. use the no what. Alright, reconvene in 1 minute.
That's our
Go ahead and kneel if you're gone, and then sit back up once you're back. I'm assuming we're all here.
Affirm, Sergeant.
Affirm, Sergeant.
Alright. Stand by, I'm gonna go put a box down. Alright, reference everything based off this box I'm about to play. See the box? To your far left.
Affirm, Sergeant. Eyes on.
Alright. This is the fireteam file. It's basically meant for its quick movement speed. However, it does have poor security to its front and rear flanks. Anyone know the reason why?
There is only one soldier pointing in each direction, Sergeant.
Yes. If they do get engaged from the front or rear, only one person can actually engage that infantry. Aiming infantry. So that means that these guys will basically be going down a stack of bowling balls. If one person gets shot, the other person gets mows down as soon as that person goes down. However, they have good flanks to their good security to their flanks because they're able to change and get their fire all the way out to those two sides. Now, generally, the fire team leader would be looking to the front, watching his watching the 180 degree security to the front, and then you have the AR watching the 10 o'clock. And you got the grenadier watching the 2 o'clock, and rifleman watching the rear to 180 degree. This is interchangeably, and it's gonna be used for mounts if need be. Let's see here. Next is wedge. A wedge It's basically our main formation that we will always be going into. It's the most common formation you'll always see us moving in whenever we're in movement. Now, it has good security all around from its front, flanks, and to its sides as well. Whenever they're holding, they gotta get security to the sides, from the rear, and if they get engaged, all of them can turn around as soon as possible if need be, without having to move. All you gotta do is turn around. Now, however, this formation is a little bit slower than the file. One of the slower movements that we do have. Now, just imagine this as a file, but basically with open wings to its left and right, to what birds will travel. Now, the person in the front will be the fire team leader. This is the AR, the rifleman, and it's the grenadier. The strong side is the side with the AR and the rifleman on. So what is this, a heavy right? The heavy side is always side with AR and the rifleman. So is this a heavy right or a heavy left?
Heavy right side.
Awesome. Blew myself perfectly. Alright. This is a fire team. Look where the box is behind. You see it? In the box between the fire team file. The team in the front and the team in the rear. Fire team file works the same way as the regular file works as. However, you got a squad leader and a squad medic at the center, right next to the rear team. So the two guys right next to the box, that's the squad leader and squad medic. They're closer to the rear team. Now, this is for a quick movement. It's the main reason why they usually always go to fire team file. Squad file. That's what they usually be traveling, if need be. Normally you be seeing squad files in some specific cases, such as if we are forced to go into a minefield. Usually they'll be all together like this, one behind the other. And one thing they don't want to do is they don't want to blaze a trail. What that means is that a person should not and better not go off by himself and make his own trail, which blazes it, and then gets himself stepped on a mine, which blows up everyone else who may be near him. So follow the same trail as the person in front of you. If we have to go through a minefield and we go into this formation, remember that. Move on to our squad column, where the box is at right now. Squad column generally has a fire team wedge in the front and a fire team diamond in the rear. Me, particularly, if I ever become a squad leader, I will never have my point team in a diamond. Reason for that is because the guy in the rear can't shoot at shit. He can't shoot the person in front of him if we get engaged in the front. He can't shoot at the rear if we get engaged in the rear. He can only shoot at the flanks. Which is why I'll never have my fire team in a diamond in the front. However, normally a squad column would be that the whole squad would be in a diamond, and one team would be in a diamond, one team would be in a wedge. Now, the reason why I also like where I have my team in rear to be in a diamond is because if we do get into contacts, my team in diamond could transition into a wedge and maneuver to where the contacts are at. Let me go ahead and show something for you. But I did nothing. Okay, so I'm having to use 1 second. I don't know what happened there, but that's weird. Oh, there we go. It is that. All right, cool. All right, like I said, this team right here, right in the rear. Well, I'm playing at right now. Let me move these guys back a little bit. So imagine these guys are, let's say, 50 meters from the point team, right? This is what you'll call a traveling overwatch. So imagine the team right here, the rear team, which is the team at the rear. We usually call this the traveling team or trailing team. Imagine them being 50 meters behind the point team or the team in the front. Now, like I said, this is what we call a traveling overwatch. And traveling overwatch happens generally when the team is 50 meters behind the point team. Now, we use this for the main purpose for the term you'll know later on day 2 as in maneuver. If the point team gets engaged by contacts to the front, that team in a wedge, which is why I like to have my point team in a wedge. They can easily form a file easily. If the fight team decides to stop right there, these two guys can just keep on moving till they get online with their team leader and hold there. The guys in diamond, I've got to tell you what formation diamond is. The diamond, the point man, will be the fight team leader. The guys in the flanks will be either Granger or Rifleman, interchangeably on which side. And the guy in the rear will be AR because he has the biggest weapon system and he can engage in contacts and may come up in our rear flank. Now, if you want to put AR on your side, make sure you put the AR on the opposite side of where the point team is in. So right now, you see that the point team was in a wedge heavy right. You're going to want to put your AR in the diamond. You want to put them on the left-hand side. So if the point team was in a wedge heavy left, where would you want to put your AR at? And if you're in a diamond. The what?
The right side, Sergeant.
The right side, awesome. Alright, so like I said, say these guys, like you see right now, they're in a file. I'm sorry, in a line. Now what's going to happen next is that you're going to have these four guys. Let me get rid of this bot. These four guys actually transition to a wedge like I said before. Stand by. Alright. So these guys get into wedge formation like I said earlier. So they get in a wedge heavy left or so. And then they're going to maneuver. So, like I said, you got contacts to their front side. They're going to move. What the heck is wrong with this thing? They're not moving. Let me select multiple people for some reason. Alright, fuck this. Alright, let's see this. Imagine this guy as a team right here, right? The team's gonna go around, flank, until they get to the side of the contact. That's what you call maneuver. That front team is basically providing a base of fire, while the other element maneuvers around and engages the contact from their flanks.
Your channel.
Copy that, Sergeant.
Done. That's a maneuver. And that's with the squad column. It goes to squad column, squad file, wedge, and what's that one saying? Wedge in the file. Taking it as a no. Alright, and a diamond could be a team formation as well. The reason I didn't zone diamond in here on this, oh shoot. Everyone got deleted. The reason why there's no diamond in this formation is due to the sole purpose of because it's already in a squad formation, so it'd be stupid regardless. It may be redundant to show it again twice in a row. I gotta put some guys down to stand by because for some reason all of them got deleted. So wherever I put the box at, just imagine that as being the wherever I put the box at, I'll tell you what position where each person would be at. Alright. And my box is gone too. Stand by. See the box now? Too far right. Let me move these guys over actually for.
Eyes on it, screen.
Alright, move them closer even more. Alright, this is what you call a squad line. Squad line comprises of two fire team wedges. Both wedges being into being into two different heavy sides, if you get what I mean. With the heavy sides, the team on the right hand side, they're gonna be in the heavy right. Team on the left hand side will be in the heavy left. As you can see, the squad leader and squad medic, which my box about to be pointing out to you right now, are in the center of these two teams. They're gonna be basically at the rear of the team. Now, the squad line basically forms an M shape if you're looking at it from the squad leader's perspective. If you're looking at it from where you're looking at right now, it forms a W. Right?
Sergeant.
Alright. Let's go ahead and go to some more elaborate stuff. The AR is always going to be in the outside wings of the line. It's really going to be able to provide firepower towards the center and from the flanks, from the sides if need to be. The fire team line provides overwhelming fire from its front and from a little bit and medium overwhelming fire from its flanks. However, it's very weak from its rear if they get engaged. However, they can react the most quickest and try to engage those contacts. However, it makes the medic vulnerable as the medic is behind the squad leader, which is right where my box is about to be placed right now. Alright. Goes to the squad line.
Not for me, Sergeant.
Alright. We mainly use this for attacking positions that we know where enemies are definitely at. We would not waste this formation if we don't know where enemies are at, because like I said, this formation is very dangerous if we get engaged from our flanks or from our rear. But if this is mainly meant for attacking the position of contacts that we definitely know where they are at, we'll go in this formation. Alright, then give me some time to form up the staggered column as they have to be looking at specific position. Alright, stand by. Really? You know what? Alright. Everyone see stagger column right now?
Affirm, Sergeant.
Alright, let me go put the box down again. Where the box is at, that's one team right there. I'm sure that's maybe Bravo Alpha could be either or. That's the rear team. And then we move this box over here. This is where the squad medic squad leader is at. The two guys in front of that first team. And then if I move the box over again, this is the point team right here. Now the reason why the stagger column is basically set up like this, where there's still a point element and a rear element, is if a vehicle does decide to travel along to the rail, tries to hit somebody, it's only going to hit half of both teams. That's why both teams are still up. That way you can have two teams who could act and move distinctively instead of having one full team up. You have half teams up if a enemy vehicle decide to try to run over one side of the rail. They can't run over two, they're gonna run over one. Now, however, some formations where it can be set up to where this swap stagger column could happen where they have a team on one side of the rail, a team on the other side of the rail. They can wipe up half of the team. However, you still got another team up. However, I like to have it this way because if we do get engaged by any contacts on either side, both teams can engage on different sides. In addition to that, if you engage from the front, the rear team can still maneuver. That's the main reason why I like this formation to where both sides are got one team in the point and one team in the rear. Now, in addition to that, this formation is only meant for traveling alongside a road. You mainly use stagger column for if you're traveling alongside a road. However, we can use stagger column for any other movement, such as moving across a woodland area. Allows us to get cover from both our flanks, and from our front and from our rear if we need be. However, mainly only use the stagger column if you're traveling alongside a road. Any questions with this formation?
Negative, Sergeant.
Negative, Sergeant.
Alright. It is a vertical formation. It's a stretched out file, most likely. And movement on roadways, most likely as well. And then if I would to add this to here as well, we also have our second column with vehicle escort. Let me move this vehicle over here. Stand by 1 second. Alright. So this front team right here is still the point team. It could be the rear team, if it could be whatever. This is a team that's not in charge of the vehicle. Now, this right here is a squad leader, squad medic once again. They're getting security out to the front of the vehicle. This team in the rear is a buddy team. Part of a team that was assigned to the vehicle. If your team is assigned to the vehicle, whenever you're moving in this is what you will call a soft dismount. Whenever I'm moving a soft dismount and stagger column with a vehicle escort, what's going to happen is that the team that's in charge of the vehicle, that has to drive the vehicle around, that dismount team, which is always, excuse me, which is always the AR and the fire team leader, this is what you see the guys in the rear, they're always in charge of getting security on the vehicle. Since the point team squad leaders are in the front of the vehicle, they got security always going to travel alongside the rear of the vehicle, getting security out to the rear. The other buddy team, which is a grenadier and a rifleman, they're inside the vehicle driving it. Now, the vehicle can never move without the escort and support of infantry. The vehicle cannot move by himself. Infantry cannot move by himself, and we do have a vehicle with us. Which means this whole movement has to move together. Infantry got to move with the vehicle got to move with the infantry. Got to move with the support of each other. Now, any questions with the convoy escort? Or convoy, I'm second column with a vehicle escort and a convoy? Yes? You say you had no question, or you say you had a question?
Sorry, Sergeant. No questions from me.
Okay. There's only one person. Did the other person have a question or no?
Negative, Sergeant.
Alright. Alright, let's go ahead and move downstairs now. Go ahead, follow me. Alright, look at the white flag, and let's go to weapon range complex. Alright, follow me. Alright, fill up an indentation beside me. Alright, you guys remember what I said about how to throw a frag grenade, right? And the preparatory commands? Or the pro words?
Affirm, Sergeant.
Alright.
Affirm, Sergeant.
Let's get this done. Alright, Private Spears, go ahead and throw your grenade anywhere you want. Make sure it's towards the target. Or by the bunker if you want to get somebody behind the bunker. flashbang. And you didn't say frag out. So let's go over this again. Alright, so you're going to press your 6 key. You can cycle through your lethal grenades to where you see it says M67 frag grenade. That's your lethal grenade or your effective grenade we're going to try to throw right now. Your M84 stun grenade is your stun grenade. That's only a distraction grenade, I should say. So let's make sure we all press 6 and we're all on a frag grenade, right? I think you all should have 2. So at least you have 1 extra left.
Done, Sergeant.
Alright, once we get that set, we're going to say what?
Frag out.
Frag out. And then we're going to wait, what? A hot second, then throw our grenade. Once we hear frag out, what are you guys going to do? If you're the person that didn't say frag out, you're going to, you can yell it out and say that order again so everyone else hears it. You're going to hit the deck, behind cover, and wait for the grenade to cook off, and then recover. Alright, try again, Private Spears.
Frag out.
Frag out. Alright, recover. Private, Schaefer.
Frag out.
Frag out.
Frag out.
Recover. No pit to jump in, just sandbags. So yeah, they better on there. Let's see here. Alright, let's see here. Time for some screening. Alright, so you press the shift key, low key. Let's figure out where that wind's going. So, sometime where's the wind going? Left, right, front, right.
Right for our backs.
Yep. So that's still to our almost to our north, about 340, 330. So now we know to throw our grenades at, our smoke grenades, right? So let's go ahead and press the 7 key, shift to our smoke grenade. So we want to conceal the bunker. So what color are we picking? What color are we picking for concealment?
Yellow smoke, Sergeant.
Thank you. So we're going to throw yellow smoke to conceal the bunker. So, Private Schaefer, you're going to start first. Go ahead and move on your side. I want you to conceal this bunker. So conceal our movement to that bunker. So come over here if you have to throw smoke better. Throw that yellow smoke, conceal this bunker effectively to allow us to push up on it.
Smoke out.
We did conceal it. However, we push past the smoke, the bunker can still see it. You get what I mean? So come over here, I'll show you where it should have been thrown. If you were able to throw it at least past that rock, somewhere around here, or around here, then you conceal the bunker effectively. Okay?
Copy that, sir.
But you were able to conceal us to actually move away from that bunker if we need to, instead of moving to the bunker. So let me elaborate. Conceal the bunker for us to move to the bunker is what I should say then. Alright, go ahead and do that, Private Spears. Conceal it to where we can move towards it. But you did conceal it correctly, Private Schaefer.
Oh.
Nice throw. And that's something I do want to point out as well. You notice how it bounced? Exactly what it did. It bounced, at least it bounced and then stopped right next to that bunker. Or else it would have kept on bouncing and it would have got behind the bunker. But nice throw. Good concealment right there. And you guys notice, you see how far that smoke's been taken out to?
Affirm, Sergeant.
It's moving all the way out to the other side. So take a note of that. We don't need to throw 2 smokes to conceal the bunker. Or even conceal the right hand side of the bunker. So if you guys want to go through day 2, day 4, and throughout your whole time at OSUT, and your time in the unit, be mindful of how far the wind can pick up this smoke and take it to.
Copy that, sir.
Alright, so we don't need to waste the whole team, or the whole team should have at least 16 yellow smoke. Because you're given like 4 yellow smoke, I believe. So with 16 yellow smoke, it shouldn't really be, ultimate should run out of smoke throughout the whole operation. Unless you're wasting them. Go ahead and follow me. Stand by and hit me your rifle. Get up to those sandbags up there.
Confirm, Sergeant. Correct, Sergeant.
Affirm, sorry.
on, Sergeant.
Reloading.
Reloading.
Confirm, sir. My rifle disappeared from the crate. Sorry.
Confirm, Sergeant.
Sorry. Confirm, Sergeant.
Oh yeah. Oop. I'm bad taste. My mic was muted. All right, so we need to go over this whole thing beginning. BMP bearing 129er. Range 274. He says clear backblast. Backblast clear. Rocket, rocket, rocket. Rifle on your hand. Good hit. Cooking off. Alright, it's catastrophic, and then you engage the target that may come out of it. Alright. Here's how you be a AT gunner. Do not take your rocket out. Not just take your rocket out. Go ahead and do that. Now, do not fire your rocket at all costs. Alright. So he said BMP. And then he said bearing. So now, when he said bearing, that's why I say give you a quick pause and take you a while to find that where the armor piece is at. So you can either use your compass by pressing your kilo key to figure out where that target's at, or you can press your hotel key and that should pull out your micro dagger. Y'all see that? Alright, so you said the bearing was 129er. Alright, I figured out where the BMP is at. I'm going to point at it, tell him, is this one? If I want to confirm, I can point at it by pressing Shift tilde. Is this the BMP you're talking about? And he confirmed with me. Also, as a spotter, you can point out the target if you think that your AT gunner is having struggle finding that target. So I say, okay, I found the target. Found out where it's at, and he gave me the range. He said the range was 274. I'm gonna press my R key to reload it. He gave me the range 274. I'm going to press my page up key, and I'm gonna go up to range up my target to 300. If I want to range it down, I'm gonna press page down. Page up key, I'm gonna range it about 300 meters because I think that would be more adequate for me. And then once I got everything ranged, figure out where target's at, and I'm good. Last thing I'm gonna do is I'm looking down the sight. I gotta have to make sure I press that / key, which is right above my A key on my numpad. That should open up your sights. You should see a thing flip open. Let me know if that happened to you. So press that reload key. Range it up to 300 meters or 250 meters, whatever you want to do. Is that 274? Press your page up key. And then press that / key that's right above your number 8 key. Let me know once you've done that. Let me know if it opens up for you or not.
Side opened up, Sergeant.
Side opened up, Soldier.
Alright, awesome. You can tell him rocket prepped. And then you're going to call out backblast clear. Do not look behind you. It's up to you. You guys depend on your spotter to look behind you to see if it's backblast clear. On time to look behind you is if there's no one. If you don't have a spotter, there's no one near you, then you look behind yourself. But always call out backblast clear, even if you're gonna look behind yourself. Sometimes some people might be behind you telling you that it's clear or not too as well. And when you hear your spotter tell you it's clear, you say rocket, rocket, rocket. Wait a hot second, then launch it. Alright, everyone understands how to do it?
Firm, Sergeant.
Alright.
Hey, firm, Sergeant.
Someone be the spotter, someone be the gunner. Let's make this happen. You only got 4 minutes left. To any rabbits, 10 o'clock. It could be a BMP, BTR, whichever target you want to pick. There's 6 of them. And I also want to point out too as well, you could get the range and the bearing at the same time by pressing R and tab at the same time. I forgot to tell you guys that. To get the range, you press your R key. You press and hold, then you release. To get the bearing, you press your tab key, and you press and hold, then release. You get the range and bearing at the same time by pressing your R and tab key at the same time. But still, give your AT gunner some time to find the target and then range it up. Alright, so go ahead and resume.
Firm, Sergeant. BTR, bearing 138. Range 292.
Backblast clear.
Backblast is not clear.
So from this point, Spears, you're gonna say back blast clear or clear back blast. So you say clear, and if no one moves at that point, if your spotter says back blast not clear, then you have the liberty to launch a rocket, even if the person's still behind you. All right.
Back blast clear.
Rocket, rocket, rocket.
Alright, what's the BDA? Schaefer, what's his BDA?
Wrong target. Total miss.
Alright, he gave you the bearing of it, so you gotta make sure you press your hotel key and find a target. So you can press the hotel key, the bearing on the bottom left. So on the bottom left, you notice how that number changes every time you turn around on your micro dagger.
Affirm, Sergeant.
All right, that gives you the accurate bearing where you're looking at. You can press your compass key. You can press your K key if you want to get the compass out. When he gives you the bearing, if you're unsure of a target, like I said, just point it out. Ask him, is that the one? And show Schaefer, you want to make sure he got the right one. You point it out, okay? All right, switch roles. Spears, you be the spotter. Schaefer, you be the gunner. There's some more rockets in the box as well if you want to try it again after Schaefer does it.
Affirm, Sergeant.
Enemy BTR. 274 meters. 129er bearing.
Clear back blast.
Back blast clear.
Rocket, rocket, rocket.
BDA.
Good hit.
All right, you guys can grab a rocket and try this one more time, and then we'll close the class. I'm playing number 3. On Twitch it says what game I'm playing, but I don't think you're playing on looking at Twitch. Via me through Twitch, via me through YouTube. Yep, you are. Yeah, I'm playing number 3. It's a fun game. You should watch me daily. I play. I stream. I stream Arma 3. I stream Siege. Stream a lot of games.
Range 291 meters.
Back blast clear.
Back blast clear.
Rocket, rocket, rocket.
Good hit.
Oh yes, yes. I'm gonna be streaming again. I'm gonna be streaming again, Tayas. I gotta help out Corporal Newman on his CMS training.
Hey, Sergeant.
Oh yes.
The Black Oak building out of the BMP. That one over there, sir.
Who? Wait, what was your question?
The black smoke that's coming out of it, is that
It's cooking off.
just disabled?
It's cooking off.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay.
Let me check for you, actually. No, it's not disabled. You can still move.
All right. Thank you, Sergeant.
You're welcome. Oh, Axe Corp Newman really needs up. He's doing CMS. I'm using for his CMS class.
BMP bearing 135, 227 meters.
That guy right there.
That's the one.
Clear back blast.
Back blast clear. Solid hit.
You guys engage every BMP, none of the BTR. Alright, this is where it's cooking off. This I know it's cooking off. Now it's cooking off. It's smoking. So the first part was smoking. This part now is cooking off. And now it's catastrophic. So like you said, like you showed earlier, that BMP to the right, it is smoking. However, it's not cooking off. That BMP that you guys just engaged, it smoked off, and then it started cooking off when the fire came out of it, and then went catastrophic. All right, that'll be it for the class for now. All right, some of you are hurt due to the back blast, but you guys are good. All right, go ahead and come over here. Get close sucker on me. All right. So that does conclude end of day 1. However, does that conclude the rest of your time in OSUT. Day 2 will happen again tomorrow, same time. Hopefully First Sergeant or Sergeant Myers, both of them will be here tomorrow. If not, I will be here and continue on day 2 with you guys. Secondly, to add to that, your direct chain of command will be First Sergeant Brewer. If you have any questions, you direct it to him. If he is not unreachable, he does not respond to your message within 48 hours, then you message Sergeant Myers. So Sergeant Myers will automatically ask you, did you message First Sergeant Brewer first? And if you tell him that he did not respond, then he'll give you an answer. Now, if neither of them respond to any of your messages, then you send a message to me. I'm your last resort. The last resort, because I'm only the person for Class Bravo, and my privates are I'm only their chain of command. So if they also don't respond, then you communicate to me. Of course, I'm gonna ask you: did you ask First Sergeant, or if you ask Sergeant Myers? Now, along with that, you guys are PV1s. You did complete your recruit training, so you are allowed to fill in for any squad trainings that you want to fill in for. Squad trainings are always throughout the week. There's a squad training coming up tomorrow on Sunday. Multiple squad trainings for multiple squads. There's a squad training on Monday. There's a squad training on Thursday. One on Friday. There's one on Tuesday as well. And I don't think there's any on Saturday, I believe. Yeah, there's none on Saturday today, but there's squad training tomorrow. So you guys are allowed to fill in for squad training. Now, if someone does not allow you to fill in squad training, and they do have a spot open, they tell you no, you cannot fill in. If they don't have a valid excuse, such as if one of their guys are coming in, if their own guy of the squad is coming in, then that's okay. But if they're just bluntly denying you guys to play, not play, but fill in for them, come let me know. Okay?
Affirm, Sergeant.
All right. You guys got any questions for today?
Negative, Sergeant.
All right.
Negative, Sergeant.
All right. See you guys on Tuesday. Tomorrow. Make sure you guys are on time.
Thank you for the class.
All right. Yep. Attention. All right, gentlemen, are just. Nope, I don't get saluted because work for a living.
Affirm, Sergeant.
Yep, just solely NCO. Alright, thank you guys so much for watching. I'm going to end the stream in about 10 minutes. I'm going to go and start streaming CMS. If I do have time and they don't do it in 30 minutes for me to Zeus, then I'm going to go run to the post office real quick. But thank you guys so much for watching. Thanks for the follow once again. Get names here real quick. Mad Bandit. Thanks so much for following my channel, man. Love the support. And till then, see you guys later.